Hello, people. I wasn't expecting to go live right now, but I'm going live because a lot of stuff's happening this morning. I got up this morning and lo and behold, someone's being sued for $10 million. And being that I was in the article, I figured I'd come on and talk about it. So I'm going to wait for some more people to get in here. And like I said, it's early in the morning. Usually I wouldn't go on this early. And but I wanted to talk about this lawsuit that was filed yesterday by Angel Gotti. It was filed toward Gene Borrello. I have statements from Gene Borrello, and I'm waiting for a statement from someone else representing Angel Gotti, and I will see very shortly whether I have it. But so right now we only have a few people in here, so I'm going to wait until more people get in here before I start talking about this lawsuit. But you know, the reality is Angel Gotti's been threatening this lawsuit for a long time. And then it's come to fruition today. And I got a quote from Gene Borrello on the lawsuit. And I'm working on one other statement. And maybe I'll get it during the show. If not, that's fine. So basically, I don't usually do this. Usually I'm prepared. I'll put out some type of YouTube thumbnail and wait. So I'm just going to wait right here and say hi to people. Rodney, how you doing? Beantown, how you doing? James Weldon, how you doing? Mob Entertainment Group, how you doing? So this lawsuit was dropped yesterday. And it was dropped by Angel Gotti, and it's gone after Gene Borrello. There was some pages put up last summer. They were called, and I don't mean to say these names, but I have to say them, Fat Slob Angel Gotti and Wheel Angel Gotti. And the reason I know about these is because I was in these too, as were most people. A lot of people were in these pages. The thing is to prove who did the pages, but the funny thing is, all of a sudden I was having issues with my website this morning, and I'm wondering, why am I having trouble getting into my website? And I was trying to get into my website, and I couldn't get into my website. And then someone contacted me and said, there's a lawsuit that just hit the front of the New York Post. And so in the article is mobtubers.com. Angel, I'd like to thank you for that publicity. I mean, that is some type of publicity you gave me. I really do appreciate that. But so I'm trying to get into the backside of the website to do some work on it. And I cannot get into the website because basically it's kind of crashing, I'm guessing. But then when I finally did get into the numbers, I had several thousand people already at the website because of this story. And it kind of took me by surprise. And to be fair, I have not been attacked. I've just been named as part of the reason the lawsuit happened. And I'm going to get into the article and read it to you. There's 68 here. We're going to wait for a few more to get in here before we get into the lawsuit. And I had a show scheduled for this for an hour and a half from now. But of course, I'm most likely not going to do it because I'm here right now. And I'm going to do this one. And the main reason I came on is because I like to be the first person with the story. And I'll get into that. So let's name some. Kosumo, what are you doing? Are you going to be nice today? Jane Perry, hello. Jack Picosi, how you doing? Doo Browns in town, how you doing? Swags Lord, how you doing? Okay, let's see. Simple Ain't Easy. Red Scarpici, Perpetual Motion. Good to see you here on a regular basis. one of the regulars. Carmine S. All you guys are regulars. $10 million. I need some of that money. Yes, you need some of that money. Okay, Angel's going for the throat. Let's see. Unemployed MobTube FBS. How you doing? Okay, and while it's building up in here, and I'm about to talk about the lawsuit, I'm going to talk about one other silly person. Well, a couple other silly people, and I'm not going to get into them too much. But one silly person last night said that as long as New Beginnings keeps attacking them, they're going to attack me because she's my daughter. Can you believe after all this time that she's still being accused of my daughter when New Beginnings isn't my daughter? And this person said, every time she puts something up, I'm going to attack Lee. I say, good. I'm glad, because nobody takes your show serious. And if you're attacking me all the time, that means when people look, when you go for interviews and stuff, and people look at your garbage show, they're going to see all you do is attack people. So all I could say to you is you keep putting up the, those fat slob things with my face on them and whatever. I like it. Keep up the good work. Keep my name on your thoughts all the time and keep it in your website. And this is why you will only have washed up children actors on your channel. Okay, let's move on from there. A couple days ago, Jeff Canarsie went off on me on his channel, and people are asking me, why am I not going after Jeff Canarsie? Because it doesn't make sense. I'm not going to do it on. So let me tell you something about Jeff Canarsie. He's a sewer guy. He basically, what he does, if you go after Jeff Canarsie, first thing he does is he gets a hold of YouTube, and he gets you taken down because he's a very sensitive fella. So Jeff Canarsie is going to be left alone for now. If I go after Jeff Canarsie, it will be on my website. It will not be on these pages because that's what they want. They want my show not to be taken serious and to be attacked. So I'm going to stay away from that garbage. And that's why I spoke briefly on this garbage guy that takes care of the washed up child stars. I'm not going to talk about him. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I am going to talk about this lawsuit with Angel Gotti. And I'm going to read it to you. And this came out this morning. So let's just start reading it right here. Okay, this was filed, Kathiana Boniella. Okay, just so you know, she has contacted me and asked me to talk to her. So I'll wait to see where that's going to go. But it would have been nice if she talked to me. Being I'm in this article, it would have been nice if she talked to me before she did the article. But that's how the media is nowadays. Okay. So basically, here's what this says right here. It says a bitter mob beef has been playing out in cyberspace and now pits late godfather John Gotti's daughter and grandson against a mafia rat in court. Angel, 60, and her son, Frank Gotti Albano, 37, are suing Gene Borrello for $10 million, claiming that he unleashed a torrent of heinous online abuse against them of his sick obsession with the late Gambino crime family's Teflon Don. Okay. Borrello threw down the gauntlet last year when he had the Cogolini to paint mother and son as drug addicts and superimposed their faces on porn he posted online. They claimed in court papers. Borrello, a reported former Bonanno family associate, allegedly created the pair Instagram accounts insulting named Angel Gotti, the fat slob, and Angel the whale Gotti, and used them to bombard her with nasty messages. Okay, let me get this down. Okay, he also accused of putting fake photos on the internet of Albano and his deceased dad, Louis Albano, doing drugs. The Gottis claimed in litigation. The hot-tempered Borrello, who helped the feds convict 24 mobsters in 2016, only to land behind bars last year after threatening an ex-girlfriend's husband and father, also wrongly accused Angel Gotti and her son of the biggest La Cosa Nostra sin of being rats, according to the lawsuit. In a now deleted YouTube rant, Borrello called Angel Gotti a effing rat and added the whole family as rats, bona fide rats, claiming that Gotti was urging people to report him to the FBI and his parole officer, she claimed. In one August Instagram post, Borrello allegedly wrote, Angel Gotti goes from a dope head to a meth head and also a child molester, she alleged. In another post, he wrote, now go get the needle out of your son's arm. We all know he was in rehab for heroin, according to court papers. Angel Gotti said she landed in Borrello's social media crosshairs only because she defended her family name online against his made-up stories. Borrello then lashed out and appears as though he gets a sick thrill from undoing harassment, she claimed. He allegedly admitted to creating the vile Instagrams during an August YouTube interview with mobtubers.com. Let me repeat that. Mobtubers.com. One more time. Mobtubers.com. Leecole, according to legal filings. The accounts have been removed. Borrello told leecole in August that he was not going to stop harassing the mother and son, and added that everyone knows it is him abusing them, they claim in a lawsuit. The Gottis call Borrello's post obscene and unequivocally false. They deny being involved in any criminal activity, including drug use. Borrello's relentless defamatory assault has put the peer at grave risk of danger, ridicule, and public scam, the Gottis maintain in their legal papers. Borrello made a name of himself on YouTube after joining forces with federal informant and Gotti family enemy John A. Light for a podcast called The Johnny and Gene Show in 2018. The Howard Beach hothead is known for his neighbors for his despicable crimes, the Gottis contend in their lawsuit. Borrello rap sheet includes shootings, brutal assaults, home invasion, armed robberies, arsons, according to Brooklyn federal court filings. Despite his putting mobsters behind bars, including Bonanno captain Vincent Arsaro, who was nabbed for arson after the stunning acquittal, the $6 million Lufthansa heist, Borrello is also just a wannabe mobster, Angel Gotti said, and her son said. Though Borrello and A-Light admittedly homicidal, violent individuals, neither have officially members of any known organized crime groups, the family said. Borrello's harassment is still relentless, says Dana Lamecchia, a lawyer for the Gottis. This is also something we felt we had to do, that he had no other recourse, and said the lawsuit, he's still going full charge ahead on this. In November, Borrello pleaded guilty again to flouting the rules of his supervised release by producing 3 YouTube videos about organized crimes and talking trash about his victims, court records show. He's out on supervised release while he awaits a March sentence date. That case is according to court papers. Okay. Okay, people. Okay. So I read that because it's obvious that if this lawsuit is going to stay genuine and they're going to keep it, it looks like I'm going to have to testify in it. But what side? I mean, when I read that lawsuit, the reality is this. Angel Gotti has some stuff that she has the right to be upset about. And a lot of that stuff in there is true. But there's some things in there that aren't true. So we have to decide what we're going to do here. If this lawsuit's going to go through, I've already had one side already asked me, and all I am is somebody that has a show interviewing people. Now, when I interviewed Gene Borrello, it wasn't for mobtubers.com. The article says it was for mobtubers.com. Mobtubers.com came after that. It didn't come during that time. So that, you know, that's a little inaccurate. But at the same time, too, there were some horrible things done, people. You know, there was stuff that was put out that should have never been put out. And, you know, it attacked everybody. And everybody that was involved with these channels have been attacked by those pages. And for me to come on here and say otherwise would make me a liar. And I'm not going to lie about that. So, you know, so at this point, nobody knows what's going to happen. No papers have been served for depositions or anything like that. But if this lawsuit goes through, it's obvious that it's going to happen. And that's pretty much it, you know, and I actually can't, you know, I'm not going to bitch about her filing a lawsuit. I mean, she put mobtubers.com all over the place. But I didn't do the interview for you know, I've interviewed Gene a couple times. So it's going to be interesting to see where this goes. So do you guys have some opinions on this? Okay. Kosumo says, I've been saying for months this was going to happen with someone because this genre has gotten out of hand. Yes, I'll give you a perfect, Cosmo, I'll give you a perfect example. You literally had someone go on last night and say they were going to attack me on every show because they were being attacked by somebody else. The guy's an idiot. He thinks that I care about him attacking me every night. I don't care. As a matter of fact, I like it because what happens is his show's not taken serious. His show has become a big joke. And you guys know who I'm talking about. It's a joke. The show's a joke. That's it. And so last night he comes on with his wife and they attack me. So this is like low class. These people are low class. So they can keep doing this. Okay. So let's say, keep doing it, guys. Keep attacking. I'm also expecting Tiger King style documentary on Netflix. Hey, Perpetual Sim Idiots and FBS chat claimed you and I were the same person. Okay, let's talk. I want your opinion on the lawsuit. I want you guys to tell me whether, one, you think Angel has a good lawsuit, and whether you think she doesn't. Okay, I'm gonna make something perfectly clear one more time for this idiot. Before I started these shows, I didn't even know who New Beginnings was. New Beginnings came in here and started her own channel. And now this idiot on this other channel, once again, he makes some of the most wildest, silly claims going. New Beginnings is not my daughter. I've never met her. I don't know who she is. But we get along. If I was doing the silly stuff that this other channel's doing, I would be attacked by people too. But when you make your channel just about attacking people, and that's all you do, I mean, one second, please. Okay. Someone said Angel's in the chat. Angel, you're more than welcome to come on this show if you're in the chat on a professional level. Because, the reality is you filed the suit. The reality is my name's in the lawsuit. My channel's in the lawsuit, Angel. So I'm not going to really be, as in the words of Vince McMahon, any type of publicity is good publicity. MTR admitted to being a rat. Well, listen, he went on his show the other day. I sent him an email and he read it on his show. Come on, that tells you all you need to know. MTR read my email on his show. And then he locked me out. So then he started attacking me on his show. He locked me out. So when I was sending messages back into his show, you couldn't see them because he blocked my account. And then he said he dropped a link for me, but he blocked me. So he lied about that too. He's not a very nice person, people. If a man sends another man an email, why would you read it while you're doing a live show? Who does that? Who reads another man's personal email on their show? You know who? And here's what's happening right now. I'm going to tell you guys what's going on right now. Jeff Nadeau is doing really well. And my show is finally doing well. So you have groups of people here that are literally jealous. They say people are jealous of them. But come on, look at this one guy that does a show with his wife. Who could really be jealous of that? Seriously. Anybody in their right mind could not be jealous of something like that. So their thing is that we're buying subs because you guys are coming in and watching our shows. There's no sub buy. When you say something, here's what I would say to you. Show the evidence. Show the proof. There is no proof. Listen, I can't speak for Jeff Nadeau. I don't know what Jeff Nadeau's doing. But Tom LaVecchia came on and said Jeff Nadeau's not, according to the figures, Jeff Nadeau's not buying subs or views. Me, I know I'm not buying because, I got into the Sammy Gavano algorithm and took off for about 2 weeks. I had a great gain for 2 weeks. If I don't get back in another algorithm again, I won't do that again. I won't take off again. So the key is when you do these shows to get in the algorithm. And so when I found out about this Angel Gotti lawsuit, my goal was to get on and talk to you guys about it before anybody else. And that's what I did. Because that's how you get in the algorithm, when you act quick and do things quick. You do not get in the algorithm when you make your own show, your whole show, attacking people. You will never get in the algorithm because your library is garbage. So literally, keep on attacking people. What it does is it knocks down the competition when people spend their whole show with their goofy chat room people making fun of people. That's a good thing. Keep on doing it. Keep on doing it, please. MTR said the fact that he's a federal informant proves he's a mafia guy. He's about as much as a mafia guy as Grant Calder. Sorry, Grant. You're an example. Once again, it's easy to say you're a mafia guy, but can you prove it? Because you change your last name does not make you a mafia guy. So what am I going to change my last name to an Italian name too and become a mafia guy? That's it. And people have been sending me texts and they've been sending me emails saying, why are you letting MTR get away with this? Why aren't you going back at MTR? I don't have to. MTR is jealous of Jeff Nadeau. That's what's going on right now. MTR's been in this business for 7 years, and you got to give him his credit. He did a lot. But when he started going after Jeff Nadeau and accused Jeff Nadeau of buying subs and stuff, it's for the reason of jealousy. Here's this man, he's been here for 7 years, doing this stuff for 7 years, and Jeff Nadeau comes on and it's going to blow right by him. So he's upset. He's upset. So what does he do? He spends his show attacking Jeff Nadeau. All I did was send him an email and say to him, why are you attacking Jeff Nadeau? And then what does he do? He gets on there and he starts cursing and swearing like an animal, calling me all these names. Horrible shit. But do you think that guy would do that to anybody's face? He doesn't even show his face. Do you blame him? He wouldn't do that to anybody's face. And then he threatens to come and shoot me. He literally threatened to come and shoot me. Twice. This is the type of people you're dealing with. And then the claim is Lee can't talk. He needs people. Do I really need guests on here? I don't. I could sit here and talk all day, but I like to bring guests on because guests are good for the show. Not because I need them to help me get through my show. I could sit here all day and talk. I'm damn good at it. But what you're having now, then you have these people that have been fighting with each other, calling each other horrible names. Horrible names. And what are they doing now? They're all calling truces between them. Can you imagine the horrible things that this one guy that drives around the car has said to this other guy over here with the other show with his wife? Can you imagine the horrible things that this man said to this, and this man's willing to forget about what this man said about his wife just so he stops attacking him? Just so they can all team up and go after Jeff Nadeau, Tom LaVecchia, and leecole. That's the plan, people. So what you're going to see is you're going to see the guy in the car. I can't even mention his little buddy there. He's not even worth mentioning. His little buddy that's now friends with him. I don't want to even mention his name because he's not worth mentioning. He's meaningless. And then you have this other guy with his wife. And these guys have been saying horrible things. He says the most horrible things about this man's wife. And he forgave him. Am I like in the Twilight Zone here? Is this stuff really going on? And I'm trying not to mention their names. MTR, I'll mention his name. But you know what? He'll try to get your show shut down because he doesn't have enough balls to face a man face to face. He's a lawyer guy. He'll try to get your show shut down. He'll go say, oh, he said something about me. I'm going to sue him now. And this has nothing to do with the Angel Gotti lawsuit. Angel Gotti actually has legitimate reasons to sue Gene Borrello. But Gene Borrello has legitimate reasons to defend himself. Gene Borrello has said, and he, in a statement today, Gene Borrello has said to me that the reason that he attacked her is because they were saying horrible things about him. And I'm just telling you what he's saying. I'm not saying it's true. And I was waiting on, let me see if it came in yet. 1 minute, please. I'll be right with you. I'm just checking on something. I'll be right with you, people. I'm just checking my email to see if I got a response back. Okay, I got no response back yet. Okay, so I sent out for a response. I didn't get a response yet, but let's Grant. FBS took down his show from last night. He knew he clowned. He said that I couldn't come on unless I showed my face, and then let's MTR on with no face. Exactly. Grant, he was scared to let you on. That's it. And people, you heard what he said last night. He said that if New Beginnings does anything negative on him, he's going to attack me. What'd he do? Because that's the only show you got is attacking people. That's it. You become like a joke. You have like 140 to 200 people in your chat room, and that's it. Those are the only people that are listening to you. You have people right now, and this is the truth, people. You have people right now that are from the Latin Kings, and they have started pages attacking this guy because he's a rat. So the Latin Kings are involved in this now, and you guys know all about the Latin Kings because from what I understand, the Latin Kings happens to be fans and friends of New Beginnings. So when you get into something, you better be prepared for the results. It's easy to be a coward and to attack people because that's all you could do is attack people. You have no other abilities. You do lousy interviews. Well, here's the thing. When you're interviewing somebody, you don't ask them a question and go like this. Oh, okay. And keep your head down and put it back up. You did that several times in your interview. You know, when you interview somebody, you look at them, you talk to them, and you ask them follow-up questions. You don't hold your head down and mumble. So when you say how great you are interviewing, make sure that you're really great at interviewing. But that's one of your weaknesses. Work on it. I'm just giving you advice as a friend. Okay. $10 million lawsuit for a little internet beef. These people are out of their mind. The lawsuit probably has no chance. But the key to this is not the lawsuit. The key to this is they want to send Gene Borrello back to prison. That's what they want to do. And he still has to go to court. And in March, he goes back to court. And they're hoping that a lawsuit like this would send him back to prison. That's what I believe that this lawsuit will be dropped. I don't ever think that it will go into court because you need money. Who's going to spend a bunch of money for a lawsuit like this? I mean, maybe they will spend the money on the lawsuit, but you're going to spend money. I mean, you're talking, anytime you sue somebody, no lawyer is going to do a lawsuit like this for nothing. Are they willing to spend the money? And the reality is a lot of things that was said in the lawsuit did happen. But then again, who will I testify for? If anybody thinks that I'm going to sit down to send a man back to prison, I'm not going to do it. You know, just the idea, you know, once you're in prison and you understand what it is to be locked up, you know, the people filing these lawsuits, they've never been in prison. You know, you want to send someone back to prison because they called you some names? You know, that's the reality of it. People may not want to hear me say that, but it's how I feel. You know, if this thing goes to court, they name me in there as the interviewer. They name my website. They put me in it. So that means I got to testify on one side or another if they actually went to court. You guys know me. Who do you think I'm going to choose? I keep getting messages, so drop the link. No, I'm not ready to drop the link yet. My daughter's telling me to drop the link. Okay. I'll drop the link for Angel. Hey, listen, I'll drop the, if Angel wants to jump in here, I'll be more than glad, but I don't think she will. But right now, I don't want to take anybody else in until I finish my my bullshit. Link's dropped here. Let's see who grabs it. If I don't take you in, don't take it personal, because this is something I want to discuss. Right now, we have 170 people in here in the morning. Okay, let's see. These people are suing over trolling. They think they can get millions. Most of these cases go south, and even when they win, they get thousands, not millions. But you know what? You got to give Angel her credit because she's been threatening to sue, and she has. And that means Angel went out and spent some money. She paid her lawyers. And nothing's for nothing here. So the Gottis feel like that it's worth spending the money, and they have spent their money. Angel's unpredictable. Do you guys think Angel would keep on paying for the lawsuit to take this guy to court? You know, there were a lot of mean things said in those. You know, maybe it's going beyond a beef. You know, I was in a lot of those things. Some of those things made fun of my brother. And just so you know, it's 1 year ago today that my brother committed suicide. So, you know, this is not a good day for me, but the internet here keeps me going, especially today. It was 1 year ago this afternoon that my brother died. Okay. Shane, I'm bringing you on because I don't think you've ever been on here, have you?
No, I'm new to all of this. I'm brand new to it.
Well, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I've been watching your show. I very much enjoy it.
Well, I appreciate your loyalty, and you've been and you're very frank and you're very straight with me, and you tell me your opinion, whether it's good or bad, and I appreciate that. I like opinions in both directions.
Yeah, what do you think? I am fascinated. I got to tell you by the you had been talking about the.
Right, Shane, you're a little bit loud right now.
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Wait a minute. I just moved the phone. I didn't move my. I'm sorry. How about these? I wanted to hear you comment on the beefing. Man, I didn't realize the extent to which the beefing was going on. I'd heard you talking about it when I first started enjoying your broadcast, and since I've been watching your broadcast, naturally the way YouTube works, more videos of the same genre start popping up in your feed. And I checked one or two of them out, and I thought, wow, man, these guys, there's really a lot of beefing going on. I equated it to the rap battles back in the 90s, with Biggie and Tupac and all that. I can't imagine. I'm wondering how serious this all ends up getting.
Well, there's a lawsuit now, and then on top of that, you have one guy last night that said that as long as another content creator attacks them, they're going to attack me.
Yeah, I watched that video. Some guy spent his whole entire show I only watched about 10 minutes of it, but I know that he spent the entire 30 minutes of it trashing you. Couldn't you have like a defamation suit on that guy or something?
No, I want him to do this because
actually,
I like him doing this because his show is meaningless. Nobody worth being interviewed will come on and look at that library and be interviewed. He's doing exactly what I want him to do, and he doesn't even know it. I just turn off his show. I don't listen. 140, 200 people listen to him and they laugh and make fun of me. That's fine because it's ruining his show.
Oh, I blocked his. I pressed the do not recommend this channel on him.
And that's what anybody with decency would not do that. When you see the animalistic attacks that he's made and the other clown, MTR, made, they just went off like to a level of, it's not even arguing. You know what it's like? It's like being tough guys on the internet. That's
Yes.
all it is.
Right.
You know, just, you know, and they can attack me all they want, you know, because all it does is downgrade their show. And what's happening here right now is guys like Jeff Nadeau are becoming successful, and it's pissing people off.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Success always does that. The more
Yeah.
successful you get, I suspect, the more you'll be attacked.
Well, I've been accused of buying subs and views, which I've never done, not one time. And but he keeps saying it over and over. But he's an idiot. He keeps saying that this New Beginnings is my daughter, and it's not. And he keeps saying it. He wants to always be right when he says something, and he's usually wrong.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Well,
when he does this, I sit back and smile. When he's attacking me and putting pictures of fat people up with my head on it, I smile because he's doing what I want him to do, destroy his show. He's doing it on his own. I don't even have to do it for him.
Well, you are. I watch Sammy the Bull, and I watch you, and that's about it.
And you won't, you know, you'll see me say something quite a few times to defend myself, but
Sure.
I'm not going to curse and swear and like his wife attacked me last night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's like, okay, your wife attacked me, so what? You know, big deal. You know, you're attacking.
Well, let me say one more thing to you, Lee, because I thought it was so interesting. I did watch an interview of you. You were being interviewed. I can't remember the guy's name, but I enjoyed very much your backstory. A lot like mine. I don't think I was quite as, you know, I'd say impoverished or had quite the struggles you had. But one thing you said that stuck out with me, because it was always different about me in terms of the crowd I ran with. You know, I always worked. Work was always my first priority. And like I heard you say, I think that really helped lift me out of that.
And that's the thing, though. You'll get this clown saying that I don't know what it is to work, you know, and I've been a worker my whole life.
Yeah.
You know? And the reason that this show is doing okay is because no one's going to watch it if they don't like it. I got almost 180 people here, 11 o'clock in the morning.
That's amazing. I don't care what anybody says. That's amazing.
And you know, I want to deliver stories. When I seen the story come out this morning about Angel Gotti suing Gene Borrello, people want to hear that stuff.
That's a big story. I didn't know about it until I heard you this morning. Didn't know anything about it until you mentioned it. That's a big story.
And that's what these guys do. They make fun of me. They go, "Oh, Lee's got a breaking story." But yeah, I got breaking stories. You know, I talked about Sammy Govano having COVID and being very sick.
Right.
That put me in the algorithm. But these guys, they think that interviewing washed up children actors are going to get them someplace.
Right.
They just don't get it. This is not what this is not what this genre is about. This is a mob genre. Speak mob stuff. You know? And
well, Lee, I enjoy you, man. I got to go, but I want you to, I'm going to continue watching your show, by the way. I watch these things until you're done, but I enjoy you very much. And I want you to keep doing what you're doing, man. I love you. You're down to earth. You're honest. You're intelligent. And I really enjoy it. And I just hope you keep going.
I appreciate it. I'll keep going until I can't go no more, but I appreciate you coming on and I
take care, Lee.
And you're welcome on anytime. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Okay, people, see, that's the first time he's been on. I love stuff like that. I'm going to try to keep up with some of these remarks up here because I get yelled at by my daughter. Okay. Grant Calder, isn't it a form of snitching, quality man, hate, Tonto, big time? Not a fan of Angel either. Win-win for us. You know what? I'm not going to make an opinion of whether Angel's right or wrong, because she filed it. It's news. It's not my business to say whether Angel's right or wrong suing Gene Borrello. That's between them. And if it goes to court, it goes to court. I don't think it's going to go to court only because I don't think that people want to spend that much money. That's not a very, I don't think that's a winnable lawsuit. It might be, I might be wrong, but it's very hard to win, especially in New York. Very, very hard to win in New York. And it doesn't look good if people with the last name Gotti comes into a courtroom. It just doesn't. The Gotti name is John Gotti, and what would John Gotti have thought about this? Just something to ask yourself. Okay, let's see. If this does move forward, Borrello can hit back with his own defamation suit. That's probably what's going to happen because, but this isn't about defamation suits. This is about putting Gene Borrello back in prison. That's what this is about. Let's not kid ourselves. Does Lee have 10 million? 10 million what? Thin Creek. If you want to come on here and ask me face to face, you're more than welcome. But 10 million what? If I had $10 million, I wouldn't be on here. JC lawsuits, how gay, man, that shit don't fly here. Well, okay, new beginnings. They want Gene to violate probation and go back to jail. Tattletale, and they can dish it out, but they can't take it. No, I'm not sticking up for the informant. Lee's really misreading a lot of words. So, see, these are the people that, well, I'm not going to get into it. Fuck it. Yeah, I actually do misread a lot of words. Sorry. So this is Angel's big news. She's been saying for 6 months. This is the big news, people. How are you gonna doing, Lee? I seen the video you did, Christopher Cognata. We grew up together. His brother Nicky, my best friend, and Chris were brothers until the end. I love that video about Chris, and it's done really well. And I think it's nice when you could bring somebody back to life that is gone. And I just find it ironic with Chris because he was killed by someone that wasn't in the life. And the people that were in the life were scared daylights of Chris. But it was an average Joe that wound up shooting him. And he died in someone's house, which is kind of sad when you think about the ending. But you got to be careful who you're going after because it doesn't matter how tough you are when someone's holding a gun. Telling you some of these people the last 2 minutes, streets of Glasgow. Okay, word out here is that FBS is a rat and then playing Gene and feeding Angel with info on shit about Gene. That's not true. Wrong number. To be honest with you. Anytime Gene ever spoke to FBS, it was for reasons. Let's leave it that way, for reasons. Not because he likes them. That's for sure. Not many people of normal mind and body like FBS. He's not a nice person. If you could do a show making fun of another human being, and literally that's what your show is, you are not a nice person. You're a scumbag. That's what you are. But guys like that, they're tough guys. But they're sitting at home in their room, making fun of people, but that's it. I'm a 61-year-old man, and I got a 41-year-old punk making fun of me. This is a guy that claims how tough he is and stuff, and he has a bad heart. Let me ask you a question, people. Do you really think he has a bad heart? Think about it. Mob Talk Radio said ratting on a rat isn't ratting. Okay. But Lead Pipe Joe, that doesn't mean he's right. We're talking, this is MTR here. I got to be careful what I say because he'll try to get the show shut down because he's very sensitive fella. We're at 207 people right now. Okay. Yeah. So he's a very sensitive fellow. So you got to watch what you say about MTR because he will call his lawyers and he will sue you. He will tell you that he's going to beat you up or shoot you, like he threatened me twice. Twice he told me he was going to shoot me. I know he's full of shit. He's not going to shoot me. But I've been very nice to him. I haven't been going back at him. It's too easy. It's too easy for me to go back at him. And when I go back at him, it'll be on my website because he'll try to get my channel shut down because that's the type of human being he is. But my website, that's MTR. I'm just going to let you know. That's where I'm coming back at you with my website. Remember that. I'm working on it right now. You don't get a free pass to do what you did the other day. And just so you do know, MTR contacted me about a month ago and told me that he hated Angel Gotti. I got this. I actually have it written. He wrote me these emails. And then he sent me an email using the name Joe Bonanno 7 saying that he was dead, trying to get me to fall for it, trying to get me to come out and say that he was dead to embarrass me. This is the people you're dealing with here. These are the people that think they're intelligent. And I'll tell you what, MTR, show your face. If you show your face, I'll show my face. You said I'm an ugly fucker. So here I am. I'm showing my face. MTR, show us your face. We want to see what you look like. We want to see what you look like. Now, someone put up a video of your face and you sent them a 48-hour notice to take it down, or you're going to go to YouTube and report them because they showed your face, your image. Are you serious? Are you that angry with the way you look that you want your face taken down? What do they say? You got a face for radio. Okay, let's see. Ask for 10 million, settle for whatever. I'm telling you, I doubt there's going to be a settlement. I think that this is a way to send him back to prison. That's what this lawsuit's about. Here's what's going to happen. When a judge in March sentenced Gene Borrello, this lawsuit's going to be brought up. This will be explained to the judge that he's being sued for attacking. And so what they're going to do is hope that Gene Borrello gets violated and sent back to prison. That's what this is about, people. Let's not kid ourselves. This is about sending another man to prison. Okay, Brooklyn Mike, you got to get, Brooklyn Mike has some issues going on today. Lee Cole's a very handsome guy. Brooklyn, have they talked to you about drinking so early in the morning? Hey, listen, I'm 61 years old. You get to a certain point in your life where the word handsome only means so much. I'm closer to 70 than I am 50. Oh, come on, Anthony Raimondi, you're running short. You're running behind here. You're sleeping in the morning. You're getting ready for your big interviews at night. And, you're getting ready to go on the Stack show. And you're sleeping late. And you're missing interviews now. I mean, this started early this morning. Anthony Raimondi, what are we going to do with you? So right now, my daughter she's going to yell at me because I'm way behind in the chat rooms. And she always yells at me. She goes, well, pull all the way down and talk to the people at the bottom. So she's definitely going to yell at me for this, people. Okay. They can't make money on their own, so they need to sue people. Pathetic. Boss asked for 10 million, settle for 10,000. MTR claims the fact of a federal informant proves he's yeah, we read that. Let's go down a little bit, okay? I'm going to pass some of you people. Lee, you've been called a chomo. You should listen. I got 3 grandchildren. You'll never find anything anywhere that says I'm a chomo. So let them say what they want because that's all they have. My show will grow. I will pass these idiots, and I will have. I'm going to have really good interviews coming up. People that they cannot get. That I guarantee you. And you guys are going to see me on another format very shortly. A very big platform. I'm sorry, format. You're going to see me on a very big platform very soon. And no, it's not Tom Lavecchia. Stop being silly. That's meant for you, doo-doo. Okay, just so you know. Okay. He has to pretend you care, and he pretends that he has something to say. Okay, well, we know that the man with his wife has nothing to say except insulting people. And now he has his wife on there last night insulting people. She cozies up to the mic and she whispers. It's so easy for me to tear that person apart, but I'm not gonna because she's a woman. I'll leave her alone. The reality is she shouldn't be. You got to remember, this guy forgave the guy in the car. And you guys remember the stuff in the car, the guy in the car, what he said about this man's wife? The horrible things he said? And the only reason he gave him because the guy in the car was kicking his ass every night. The guy in the car was beating the shit out of him. The guy in the car was like burying him, making him look like a fool, and he couldn't take it. That's why he forgave him. No other reason. And now he's going to try to use it to his advantage. Like yesterday, Tony attacked me, and he had a label on his show saying that. What did he say? He said that I'm stealing money so I can go to California. I mean, that boy comes up with some really, really good stuff. First of all, who the hell wants to go to California? If a person wants to move to California, they really have conditions. If you want to move into a state full of shit and piss, go to California. I would visit California, maybe near the water, maybe going to Malibu, or certain areas of California are beautiful, but in general, California gas is $6 a gallon. First of all, I mean, they take a huge percentage of your money to feed their people coming across the border and to their programs. Who the hell wants to move to California? People move here to Texas. People move to Florida. They leave New York and they're leaving California. Nobody goes there. So the guy in the car is just a moron. Do you guys ever try to figure out the people that give the guy in the car money, what mental conditions they have? Does people realize that this guy has no empathy toward nobody? He hates everybody. He'll turn on anybody, and they still give him money. We had a guy that was talking about him. He destroyed this guy. The guy left. I'm not going to mention his name. We'll just say his first name starts with J. And he tore this guy apart. And now this guy has a wrench and he's back there with him. What's wrong with people? I mean, what does that man in the car offer you? Name one thing that man offers any human being. Or the other guy with his wife. What did they offer you? They offer you nothing. They don't even offer you a good quality show. And the guy with the wife, he's gonna attack me tonight because of this show. But he's going to do exactly what I want him to do. Because it's another show down the toilet. And it's another piece of evidence for anybody that he wants to interview to look at to see that he's a joke. That's it. Remember, the people that say they're intelligent, continuously, they tell you how smart they are. Those are usually the people who are not smart. When they have to tell you how smart they are. A smart man doesn't have to tell you that he's smart. Paps, oh my gosh. I don't know how these old farts run for presidents. I'm at the age now, you wonder how Bernie Sanders is in his mid 70s, gets up and down these stairs and runs around and stuff. Same thing with Trump. I mean, these guys are pushing 80 years old and they're running for president. How the hell do they do it? They have paperwork on FBS and he's on welfare. Well, one thing I could tell you, people, I don't know if that's true because I'm not going to be like that clown and say it's true. But here's the reality. It wouldn't surprise me. What is it? I'm on disability. Is that what they say all the time? Or I live in Section 8 housing. Do you hear the stuff that they say about me? It's like I sit here laughing my ass off. I live a pretty good life, people. I'm not a rich man, but I have everything I need in life. But, and when people make fun of people like me, I'm 61. I live a comfortable life. My bills are paid, my electric's paid, my rent's paid, and I feed my 2 dogs every night. And for the first time in 30 years, I'm not in a relationship because I stole a woman's credit card. That's what they say. That I took this woman's credit card and drained all the money out of her account. But the cops are so stupid, they don't know where I am, even though I live next door to her. Right next door to her. We talk every day and we're good friends. But yet they hear things and they make up stories. This is what they like to do. And these people are the bottom of the barrel. These people are former drug dealers. People that dealt drugs on the street corners to kids. People that dealt drugs in front of schools. People that flooded our neighborhoods with drugs are going to judge me. If you see my criminal record, you'll see that I've done stuff, some stupid stuff based on money, but you'll never see that I ever dealt drugs to anybody. Never would you see that. Or DUI, drunk driving. Those are things that really hurt people. If you deal drugs and you drive drunk, and don't get me wrong, everybody can make a mistake one time with drunk driving. But once you make a mistake more than one time with drunk driving, you have some problems. You're a problem to society. Because you're getting on the road drunk and you don't care about people, innocent people, driving in the cars with children in it. So I had a woman that I was very close to, and she was going to work one morning, 8:00 in the morning, and she got hit by a car head on. And for the next 6 months, she was in a coma, came off in and on, had to wear the halo, had to teach herself to walk again. And she lives out in California now, but that destroyed her life because of a drunk driver at 8:00 in the morning. So I have no respect for drunk drivers, people. People go, oh, what do you mean? People might be listening to me right now and saying, well, I have a couple of DUIs. Well, I'm sorry, you got a couple of DUIs because you're a dumbass. You shouldn't be getting in cars drunk. Pretty simple. Read Angel's comment. She is here. Okay, Angel, I'm going to look for. Okay. My son is not a public figure, and neither is his dead father. Okay, you're right. Angel, I'm not attacking your lawsuit. I came on here and talked about it. You're more than welcome to come on here and defend yourself, Angel, and tell us why. I won't even ask you a question. You can come on here and tell us why you filed the lawsuit. And I give you my word, I will not say one thing to you. I would say, hello, Angel, say what you got to say and leave. A matter of fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link down here. If you want to come on here and say why you filed the lawsuit, you're more than welcome. and I'm not going to say a word to you. If Chris Casparosa wants to come on for you, fine. As for that dirtbag MTR, he can never come on my show. Angel, I'm going to drop that. If you want to come on, if you want to ask Chris Casparosa to come on, you're more than welcome. Send Chris Casparosa on. I have no issues with Chris whatsoever. It is easy to sue anybody for anything. Usually the lawyers are, oh, yeah, that's it. The lawyers are the big winners in the end. But, you know. I know my channel isn't in the lawsuit, Angel. But I am in the article. Front page of the New York Post. It says leecole, mobtubers.com. That's what I said. I'm not mad at you for doing that. Actually, thank you very much. Because I can't even get into my website right now. So I appreciate you doing that. But yes, I am in the, but you got to remember something, Angel. You said that I interviewed him and he said certain things. So what happens if he decides to countersue you and then they ask me to testify? It could very easily happen, Angel, very easily. And you could do the same thing to me. You could file a deposition and make me depose me. You could do it easily. I've been involved with these big lawsuits. You know, remember my brother's lawsuit with the WWF. I was part of that lawsuit. I was deposed in those lawsuits. So I know all about lawsuits. And that was a very big lawsuit. So, Angel, I know how they work. I don't have a horse in the race. I dislike both of them, especially Tonto, but it seems to be a bit gay. That the American way, talk shit and sue. Well, Angel has her reasons for suing people. Angel is public. I don't think her son is, but her late husband might be public. But I don't know. Her late husband was just a hardworking Joe. And I'm not going to stand here and say that any of that was right, because none of that was right. But I told Gene that none of that was right. I didn't go to Gene and go, oh, Gene, you did that and you should have never done that. But the thing is, you got to prove that Gene did that. You know, and that means you need a witness. And once again, who's the witness? I have a BA in mass media. These lawsuits are out of anger and go nowhere. Angel is a public figure, so is Gene. They are subject to satire, commentary, etc. People, figures, first private citizens. You know something? That is a very Mob Entertainment is a very smart guy, and you know that makes a lot of sense. Mob Entertainment. In all honesty, they can't go physically because Gene's a federal informant with a federal protection. What else can they do to a rat besides sue him and shut his mouth and stop his rat mouse clicking? Boss man, you have some good points there. So I can't argue with you. But the reality is, I can guarantee you they wouldn't say it to Gene's face. I'm not talking about Angel. Angel's a very tough woman. She would say anything to anybody's face. I'm talking about these clowns on here that talk shit about Gene. I'll guarantee you they would never go to Gene's face and say shit. That I can guarantee you, boss man. Do you think that big tough guy with the wife would get in Gene's face and say anything to him? Do you think the big tough guy that pretends he's a radio show would go to Gene's face and say anything to him? I don't think so. You guys might not agree with me, but I just don't see it. And see, that's the thing. A lot of guys on here act like tough guys. I do not like John A. Light. Let me make that perfectly clear. But the guys on here that talk shit about John Alite, would they say it to his face? The only person that would be Angel. And you guys know I have my problems with Angel, but she's a tough woman. I can only see Angel saying shit to their face. I cannot see none of these guys saying shit to these guys' faces. These guys, whether you like them or not, they were tough guys out in the street. And the one thing that I disagree with is that Gene wasn't associated with the Bonanos. That's not true. If Gene wasn't associated with the Bonanos, why did they take his testimony and put two of the biggest figures from the Bonanos in prison? Because he wasn't associated with them? Does that make any sense, people? It makes no sense. So he comes forward and he talks about Benny Asaro and he talks about Ronnie G. These guys are two big guys. These guys are captains. The head of the family. So Gene Borrello testifies and they both go to prison for a long time. And then you're going to come out and say he was never a gangster and he had nothing to do with them. That makes no sense. So he had nothing to do with them. He wasn't a gangster, but his testimony was good. That does not make sense. It's silly. Bob, what chat were you saying that we are the same person? Yeah, they were saying that perpetual. You know something, but look who said it. Just look who said it. If you want to go to the dumbest chat room, you guys know where the dumbest chat room is. There's a guy who pretends he's a lawyer and writes in caps. Like, I'm intelligent, I'm smart. He writes in caps continuously because he wants to be noticed. Okay, Haley Healy is reading an email on the show. Anything like recording phone calls and playing them on the show? I don't know. You tell me, Kevin D. Do you know someone that did that? Are you talking about Tanya? These other channels keep their wives offline because they want to protect them. Yeah, no man would put his wife on these channels where you have a bunch of perverts. Nothing personal, guys, but a lot of you are perverts. Don't get mad at me. I might be one myself. But a lot of you guys in the chat room, you are questionable. Why would you want to bring your wife on with those guys in the chat room? They're probably sitting at home, naked from the waist down, watching the fucking show. I mean, why would you want to subject your partner to that? You know why? Because you're a greedy son of a bastard and you don't care. You're a user and a hustler. You're the type of guy that would go to a rehab and hook up with one of the nurses. That's who you are. Baldface Radio FBS and Shannon made. No, I don't want to read that C word. Don't put that C word in there, Grant. Angel, NBA unemployed mob tuber is not mentioned in the lawsuit. Leecole is mentioned because he helped us. Okay. Gene and John Jr. are so high on themselves because they're protected. It's John Alite or John. I'm sorry, boss man. No win going up against a rat. You might as well take the money from the rat's books. But unfortunately, boss man, they passed a law. Matter of fact, it happened with Sammy Gravano. They took the money off his first book down in Arizona, and then those laws are based on states. States get to decide. And that's what the Supreme Court said, that it's up to the states on whether book sales from criminals go toward their victims. And a lot of states said no. That's the problem. That's what happened. And that's why you have a lot of criminals writing these books. and nothing going toward the victims. My sister's new beginning have a field day with, okay. Okay, JC, Jesus Christ is embarrassment. I mean to say this guy is a friend of yours. You can't even pronounce his name. Borrello, not Jello. So you have some of FBS's simps here. Let's say hi to them, people. Okay? Be nice to them. Treat them nice. Don't go off on them. You know, they like to say that I can't say the English language and stuff. But you know what? I got 231 people here, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock now in the afternoon. Okay? I'm the guy they want to die. I'm the guy. What did he say the other day? I want him to die. So you have this clown wishing death on people. That's how low life they are. I would never wish death on somebody because I've lived through a lot of death in the last 3 years. And it's like I said, 1 year ago today, my brother killed himself. And when you talk about death like that, and you could say it so easily, like, and this person's been wishing death on anybody that goes after him or disagrees with him on these channels. He literally wishes that they die. Is that normal, people? Is that a human being? They can make fun of the way I talk and all that stuff. Let them do it. But the fact of the matter, I showed you my education level yesterday here. These guys don't even have a high school diploma. They don't even have, matter of fact, let me do that again. Okay. This right here I received in the mail, and I got another one coming for my bachelor's this summer. This right here. You see that right there? You see what it says right here on the bottom? It says highest honors. That's my associate's degree with the highest. You know what that means? That means I had a 4.0 grade point average. So make fun of the way I speak. Do whatever you want. But when people with no high school diplomas, they can't even put up a high school diploma, make fun of me, no problem. It's like you don't have a high school diploma, dude. You dropped out of high school to sell drugs, and you're making fun of people? She's going to win lawsuit if there's a defamation involved. She isn't getting 10 million, but she'll get something. Shouldn't you have grounds for defamation suit against that guy with the channel? I think it's called Chocho. He spent 30 minutes defaming you. Yes, he did that last night, and he'll do it again tonight. But people, it doesn't bother me. You know why? I have 230 people here watching. So he's trying to attack me to hurt me. He doesn't hurt me. He hurts himself. So he can attack me every night. But when he goes through those big interviews, I can guarantee you one thing. Those people that he's trying to interview will know that he did shows like that. And it won't be me going out there trying to get it. Nobody, I would never do that. But there's a lot of people here that will do that, the trolls. So he's damn it. Do you realize that this guy had an interview last Tuesday and would not even tell people who he was interviewing because he was afraid to? And so he has another interview this Tuesday. And once again, he's not telling nobody who he's interviewing. Can you imagine that you have an interview, but you don't have the balls to talk about who you're interviewing? Think about that. He won't let us know let us know who you're interviewing Tuesday. Let us know what child actor who hasn't worked in 30 years that you're interviewing Tuesday. See, people, I can say stuff about him without cursing and swearing. He's not capable of it. He has to put up pictures of fat people, cursing and swearing, calling me names, saying that I rob and steal from people. That's the type of human being he is, people. I'm not that way. I'm not going to bring up to you about anything that I think that may have been happening in his past life, even though I know many things about his past life. He's not a very nice guy. But when you attack another human being like that and go after their life, like my children don't like me. How many of you guys are parents out here? How many of you guys have difficulty with your children? I have 3 children, and right now I'm fighting with one of my children. How many of you people are parents out here and you're fighting with one of your children, especially when they get older and they don't want to hear nothing from the parents? That's life. But I can guarantee you one thing. I never affected my children because of drugs. I never chose drugs over my children. Could this person say that? See, it's very easy to go after somebody without cursing or without saying horrible things. People that put up horrible pictures of people and say horrible things, they do it because they don't have the intelligence to attack you without doing it. That's it. And I know one thing for sure. If that man ever seen me to my face and was sitting next to me, he would never say nothing to me. That I can guarantee you. And I'm an old man. But what I forgot in my life, he's nothing. He's like this big puffy doughboy. That's all he is. You could see it in his face. The guy he's not even capable of growing a mustache. He has like a little mustache right there. It won't grow. The guy cannot grow hair in his face. Because in order to grow hair in your face, you got to have men genes in you, hormones and stuff. Men. Serious guys, have you guys having trouble at the age of 40 growing hair in your face or growing a beard or a mustache? Isn't that embarrassing? Gene does drive a Porsche, so I doubt he's broke. Yeah, here's the reality. Gene has done really well in his life. He's working now. He's made a lot of mistakes in his life. And it's up to him to clear it up. But Gene has a very bad temper. And when you have a very bad temper, and let's remember one thing about gangsters in general. These guys are on the street. All of them got bad tempers. When you're part of being a gangster, and yes, Gene's a gangster. And he was a gangster. Even though people will try to tell you, no, he was not a gangster, they're not telling the truth. That's the reality. He put Vinny Asaro and Ronnie G in prison by testifying. So that means that he was around those guys. That means that he was a gangster. But see, that's the thing, though. People don't want to admit things. Now, if you're going to do this lawsuit and say, if you read the article, it says he was not a gangster. It's a lie. He was a gangster. Why do you keep saying he wasn't a gangster? Come on. So he wasn't a gangster. So that means Jimmy Calandra wasn't a gangster, even though Jimmy Calandra put Anthony Spiro away. It's the same thing. I might have my issues with Jimmy Calandra, but I'm not going to say he wasn't a gangster. No, or have a gangster mentality, or who they hung around with. If they put these powerful men away, that means that they were near those powerful men, or they knew something about those powerful men. So it's ridiculous to say that these guys are not gangsters. They may not be made men, but they are gangsters. That was part of the story. It said that I interviewed Gene Borrello, and it said leecole interviewed. It's not the first time I've been in the New York Post, people. I was in the New York Post for like 2 weeks during a huge lawsuit. And when the New York Post was read by a lot of people, New York Post ain't read by nearly as many people right now. A lot of it's online now. But I'm talking back in 1992, my brother and I were in the New York Post for weeks. This is OG. Okay, leecole, the first 6 months, all you did on here was attack innocent people. Okay, give me an example. OG. But see, you know, can you imagine if OG went on another channel and said that? What would be the first thing they would do? They would block him. That'd be the first thing they do. But we're not going to block OG. We're going to let OG say what he wants. Yeah, mobtobers.com was mentioned in the paper and leecole was mentioned in the paper, just like it's mentioned in the lawsuit. The Gottis ain't playing checkers. Angel Gotti don't care about money. It's all about revenge in my, without a doubt. Without a doubt. She doesn't care about money. And you can say what you want about Angel, but she's a tough woman. She's a lot tougher than these guys on here. Like, you know, the guy in the car and the guy with the wife. She's a lot tougher than they are. That I can guarantee it. His library is garbage. He has one interview show every 40 shows. It's the worst library I've ever seen. I love when he attacks me. People, it does not bother me. I hope he attacks me tonight. I hope he attacks me for the whole week. You know why? Because the only people listening to him are the idiots in his chat room. That's the only people listening to him. It's not like he's this huge public figure that people are listening to. He's not. It's him and his wife. He'll say something and his wife will go, "Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Am I doing okay, honey? Yes, honey. I'll come up here and I'll humiliate myself to all these perverted men in your chat room. Is my shirt tight enough, honey?" Think about it, guys. How many of you guys would do a show with your wife on it? Sitting right next to you. Well, if you hate your wife, I can understand. But a good man does not do that to his wife. They just don't. Imagine that. I can insult a man without cursing and swearing. Imagine that. I can insult a man without showing pictures of him. Imagine that. The FBS has a hard on for the Gotti family. The lawsuit won't shed light. That's my opinion. Carmine, you might accidentally be right. The feds do hate the Gottis because the Gottis have beaten them in court. And they beat them many times. One of the Gottis are in prison right now. He has a really long sentence. His sentence is probably a lot longer than other people would have gotten for what he did. That's just my opinion. Kind of strange because it's not mentioned in the lawsuit. FBS, kind of strange. I don't understand what you mean, Angel. Angel, whether you like it or not, I'm part of that lawsuit. You can't change that, Angel. Once I'm in that article, once you say that I interviewed Gene Borrello, I'm part of that lawsuit. You know, I don't have to be named directly in the lawsuit, but if he gets sued and he goes to court, they're going to want me to testify on the behalf of somebody. And whoever wants me to testify for them is going to have to serve me, and I will testify. That I'll guarantee you. If you think that I want another man to go to prison, I don't. Unless they really deserve to go to prison. Now, if you're going to go to prison for calling people names, we got people that won't go to prison in California for robbing stores. They walk into Walmarts. They walk in. We got all over. We got people burning down police stations in Minnesota. Are they going to prison? So these people doing all these horrible things out there right now aren't going to prison, but we'll send someone to prison because they're calling people names. Something doesn't sound right here. Wait, you meant MTR isn't part of the Philly lead pipe? Get real. Hey, what's up? I'm doing the show right. I'm in the middle of doing the show right now. Okay, bye. Okay, let's see. And yeah, don't anybody attack Angel Gotti in here, please. Give her. I might have issues with her, but give her the respect of being Angel Gotti, and please don't attack her in here. Facts, perpetual motion. Yeah, fuck Tonto, take him to the cleaners. He's a wild scumbag. How do find this hilarious? But okay. Grant, that's one thing I like about Grant. See, they attack Grant, but Grant says his opinions on people the way he wants to say it, but they'll attack him. But Grant's twice the man as the man that puts his wife in these shows. Twice the man. Because he says what he believes. I might disagree with some things Grant says, but he still says what he believes. He's not saying that he likes Gene. He's saying what he believes. And yet he gets attacked by low-life dirtbag drug dealers. Go figure. Some guy with knowledge said the wig is definitely buying subscribers. That's not my business. And Tony V, that's not my business. Once again, some guy told you. You sound like CNN. Some guy? Is that your proof? Some guy? Do you have better proof than that? Do you have a name of a person? Or is that his name? Is his first name Some and his last name is Guy? See, Tony, this is the problem with our society now. This is what news is. Some guy is news. So, Tony, when you could do better than some guy, we'll take you serious. Call the Post because they put it in the paper, and Gene confessed on Lee's channel. Do a nice dude. Okay, MTR, the fact is he's a federal informant, proves he's... Grant, please. Grant, what's up with you and MTR? Are you guys, close? And one thing, I would never knock Grant. Grant's one of my best followers. He's been with me forever. Okay. MTR gave Joey Merlino shoulder rubs while he played Mortal Kombat at the arcade. Let me tell you something. I don't think Joey Merlino would let MTR give him shoulder rubs. MTR has never picked up because he doesn't allow comments. Yep, that's a great point there. No comments. When Angel is done with Tonto, he's going to be living on the reservation with dances with wolves. Angel's a tough woman. I might disagree with her, but she's a tough. I'll tell you what, out of everybody that I have issues with in here, Angel's the toughest. By far. She's much tougher than the clown with the wife or the clown in the car. Much tougher. Those guys are just jokes. Angel, she'll just come at you. And believe me, I know I can show you some texts that me and Angel get into battles at night sometimes. She don't give a shit. She'll come at me strong. And I'm not saying that, Angel don't like me. I can't say I don't like Angel because it's hard not to, I'm not going to go after a woman. But she comes at, she gives as good as she takes. And that's just the Gotti bloodline. That's how the Gottis are. But I'm not going to compare the guy with the wife and the guy in the car to Angel Gotti. Never. That would be an insult to Angel Gotti. Tony V seems only FBS and his Sims care. Yeah, that's it. That's the chat room. Like when they're making fun of people on his show, that's the only people watching. That's what people have to understand. Nobody else is watching that mess. So when he wants to go out and get interviews, he's not going to be able to get any. Unless they're washed up children actors. And, it's a sad thing about what happens to children actors, but it happens because When they're young, they start getting involved with drugs and stuff, and they never take off. Their parents rob them of their money and they fuck with their heads. And children actors never take off. You know, but if that's what makes you feel like you're making your show a success, okay, but you're attacking me every night, dude. Your show's not going to be a success because of me. Because you hate me so much that you want to attack me. And I think it's hilarious. And I hope when I watch tonight that you're attacking me again. I pray that you are. Because it'll be one more show that equals nothing. Well, let's see what OG says. Okay, here goes Lee putting himself in the middle of all the beefs and playing victim. Laughable. OG, why do I get the feeling you're not my friend? But OG, you keep writing and I'll keep putting up your good stuff. Be nice to OG, people, okay? Lee, change your name to something you can't pronounce, like Russo or Cali or Tresca, a hard one. Hey, Mickey Batch, you're right. That's why they named me, gave me 7 letters, and each name is 1 syllable. Great point, Mickey. I'm going to give you that, Mickey. And once again, Mickey, do you think that bothers me? I do. Okay. Hey, listen, no one's telling you not to like. I used to like your show too, until he showed what type of human being he is. When you start attacking someone on your show and calling them all sorts of names, cursing and swearing and pretending you're a tough guy, there's something wrong with you. You're not really that tough. Tonto isn't even going to let the tip of the, after Angel's done. Good luck, Angel. So we got Boss Man in here, and we got a couple people that, you know, are from other channels, but, you know, let them keep talking because they're good people. Okay. The guy with the on Yahoo since 2011 and barely has 15,000 subs, an old woman knitting on Yahoo for 10 years can hit those numbers. You got to show yourself. This is a very weird place, YouTube, and people want to see you. You only get so many people with a voice. I mean, you only grow so much. People, the only way you can have like a personal relationship with your viewers is if they see you. Listen, a lot of people say I should hide my face. Okay? Maybe I should hide my face. But I'm here. You know? Let's face it, we have some people here with shows that should be hiding their face. They really shouldn't be showing their face at all. I mean, what happens if you look like a thumb? Like, say you look like a thumb, like this. Oops. And you have a face in that thumb. Remember that? Somebody that looks like a thumb? Okay, I think you better just stick to the mob contents, Lee. Better to just ignore MTR and FBS. Oh, I am ignoring them. Am I cursing or swearing at them? No. Am I saying horrible things about them? No. I'm talking about them. But you are right. This will be one show I talk about them because we have almost 250 people here right now. People want to hear this. But I won't curse at them like they do. I won't swear at them like they do. I won't put my wife on like they do. Wait a minute, I don't have a wife. I got a bunch of ex-wives, though. I won't put any of my ex-wives on here. How's that? Oh, come on, Lead Pipe Joe. That is so mean. Okay, I didn't finish writing. Listen, truces are okay with people want to move on, but calling a truce and lying, that's a bitch. Yeah, it's this truce thing is so silly. None of them are going to last. The guy in the car will not allow a truce to last. No. And the people that went back to his chat room that he was fighting with, he will turn on them again. And I know this because I tried to give him the benefit of a doubt. And a couple times he started off on me. I forgave him, and we talked again for a couple days, and then he would do it again. He's not capable of not turning on people. He has this one guy in his room, Eugene, and Eugene's been with him forever. And the other day he turned on Eugene for this other guy that has been going after him forever. And think about the horrible things they say about each other. You know, people, you could say what you want about me, but you won't hear me say the horrible things that they say about one another. I mean, treacherous stuff. And then they forgive each other like it didn't happen. I mean, you had this man here using the N-word and dropping it like bombs. Why would anybody Wayne, hey Lee, your favorite liberal here. Maybe not good for your brand. Wayne, you're what I call a logical liberal. See, there's a difference. You're a logical liberal. The liberals were a great party at one time. The logical liberal. They don't even have liberals now. They're socialist. But I do respect you, Wayne. Thank you. Hypocrisy everywhere. That's the fun. Oh my gosh, it's everywhere, Simpin. I mean, it is everywhere. I mean, the stuff going on, especially with these guys fighting and then becoming friends, or not even friends, forgiving one another. Look, I hate the guy with the wife. I would never be his friend under no circumstance. I despise him as a despicable human being. That I can promise you. The guy that drives the car, same thing. Never would I ever become friends with them again. Ever. There comes a point where you got to say no more. And it just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. Okay, McCall, 22. Who would have thought that the mafia genre is one of the most toxic communities? A bunch of wannabe tough guys. It's toxic. But you know, it's toxic. I'm not a wannabe tough guy. I'm just a wannabe guy that wants to wake up every morning. Okay? But compared to these guys, I know I'm tough. I'll guarantee you that. The guy that drives around in his car, is anybody afraid of him? Would anybody be afraid of that guy if he got in your face? Nobody would. Or the guy with the white, would you be afraid of that guy? They're not intimidating guys. Those guys are exactly what wannabe tough guys are. Especially the guy in the car. He'll swear to God he's going to come to your house. He's coming for you, but he'll never show up. Never would he show up. MTR took a vacation to where Tony Duck spit on the courthouse steps. I had to read that. It was really good. David, I enjoyed MTR's show for years, but the whole situation with me showed me his true colors. He is about false claims and disabled comments. Unfortunately, and you know, do you know he was so angry the other day, he got on his show and he accused the people that are doing well of buying subs and views. And he directed that at me, which I never have done. Never. But that's what they do. You know what it is? They think that we're not capable of building our shows, that only they are. That's not how it works. Florida attorney Joey Merlino's restaurant in Boca Raton is now closed, but rumor has it will open a combination Chinese restaurant and Jewish deli called Sosumi. That's a good one. Does Joey Merlino live in Boca Raton? It's a nice Boca Raton's like, if I could retire to any place and pick it where I could live comfortable, Boca Raton would be one of those places that I would choose. I used to attack and troll Lee. Then the channels accused Lee of doing the stuff us trolls were doing. That's when we realized they lie about him. They tell a lot of lies about me. And stop it. You're my daughter. Stop it. Stop trying to pretend you're not. Okay, maybe he changed his name because he's a federal informant. Who's that? Okay, Angel, please don't sue my father-in-law, but take the jag off to the cleaners. Okay. Gene is getting sued by the New York Post. In the New York Post, a leecole got a shout out from the Post. Yes, I did. My channel got a shout out, and I want to thank Angel for that because now I can't even get in the back room to do work on my channel. So that really helped, and I appreciate it. I'm not going to lie. Okay, I just read that, and I'll have to check deeper. Cheers, Grant Calder. I'm trying to catch everybody here, people. NPR talks about rats, meanwhile, doing shows reporting about the mafia. Grant Calder, that's why I fought. Okay, I'm trying to, I think I'm keeping up a little bit. OG. We got to do OG because OG really reports facts. OG says, I don't think has told the truth in months. I haven't. Okay. Okay, thank you. Butchie Lee, FBS doesn't realize how unpopular he is outside his little bubble. Butchie, you hit it right on the button. You know what he's like? He's like one of these liberals that are in New York, and they think that the rest of the world thinks like them. But the rest of the world doesn't think like them. Or any of the political parties in Washington, they think that us people think like them. We don't think like them bastards. And that's both parties. We don't think nothing like them. Nothing. OG, I don't think, oh, you're repeating yourself, OG. Come on, you wrote that twice. You know who this is, right, OG? This has to, because of the caps, I'm assuming that this is common sense. What do you guys think? Is this common sense? So what do you think, people? Is OG common sense? The caps always give it away. OG, you know what I think? I think common sense computer only has cap buttons. He's not capable of writing in anything but caps. Is that you, common sense? You could have come here on common sense. No, I blocked your ass. But I won't block you, OG. If you want to be OG, common sense, if you want to be OG, it's okay with us. You know, you got to come here, dude. Because here you're not going to get the love that you get over there. I mean, you have them convinced that you're actually intelligent. So we'll let you think that you're intelligent, common sense. FBS is going to receive hundreds of lawsuits. I would never sue him for the simple fact I like him attacking me because what it does is it brings down the quality of his show. What it does, it ruins every show that he has. That means that nobody can look at his library. If you look at his channel, you'll notice that the only thing, his top line is his interviews, and he tries to hide everything else. But he doesn't realize he's so disliked that people won't allow him. He will never be able to introduce anybody that he's interviewing. When you get to that point, you're in trouble. He has to wait to Tuesday to bring on his person. So he, you know, when you bring it on the guy, AJ, the kid that played AJ from The Sopranos, you wanted to, you should have talked about him being on for a week, but you were afraid. You act like a tough guy, but you were afraid to tell everybody who you were interviewing because you know that so many people hate you that they would go to that person and tell them. Because you, on your show, you trashed a woman continuously, threatening to destroy that woman's life and calling her job. On top of that, a black woman. That doesn't look good. That does not go over good. So you're your own worst enemy. What you're doing right now is you're literally committing show suicide. That's what you're doing. You're burying your own show. Nobody else has to do it. You're doing it to yourself. In all honesty, I like issues to be sorted out off screen. Let's hope in the future they do with respect. You know, there was a time that I used to speak to a certain person off screen, and then a couple hours later, he would come on and do a show and talk about what we talked about. These are guys that have no respect for off screen friendship, they have no respect for emails. Can you imagine if you send someone an email and they read it on the air? They read it live, say, "Oh, I just got an email from this person." Those aren't tough guys, people. Those are guys that would be the first people to rat. If you read an email on your show, or if you talk about a conversation you had with a person who was your friend at that time, and you talk about it on your show, you would be a rat. You would be the first person that the cops would sit down and get to sing like a songbird. There's no doubt. Man, I've been on almost 2 hours already. We've been over 200 people for that time, which thank you, people. He gets brain farts and pause when his wife is rubbing off on him. When we point out that he's doing it, he makes it even worse because he thinks about it a lot. Watch his interviews, though. When the person's finished talking, he'll go like this. "Oh, okay," and then put up his head. And AJ was noticing that the other day, and he wasn't too happy about it. FBS could have asked Robert Eiler so many questions about the Sopranos actors filming, without a doubt. Without a doubt. But, you know, let's not question his abilities. It's phenomenal. It's a civil case, Lee. Yeah. But a civil case can send Gene Borrello back to prison. Because things can, when judges hear things, you know, a judge is the one that does the sentences. So when a judge hears things, they're going to make a decision. So that could sway a decision. You called the parole off. Do you have any evidence of that, Joe Batters? Once again, do you have evidence? Those are talking points with no evidence. And that's what they do around here. They say a lot of things without evidence. And Joe Batters, you're one of those people. You are in the chat room of the worst show by far out of all the genres. So you can't even be taken serious. Bless your heart, Lee. You love the attention. Mickey Griggs, how you doing, brother? Mickey Griggs. So let me tell you something about Mickey Griggs. We don't agree, but you know he's friends with me on Facebook, not Facebook, on Twitter. See, Mickey, I said that. So now, Mickey, FBS is going to be mad that you actually associate with me on Twitter. But he does. And Mickey tells me how he feels, and he's honest about it. I appreciate that. So, you know, Mickey's welcome here anytime. Oh, Angel, you should save this video so you could show it in court if Lee lies. Lee doesn't go to court and lie. Lee will speak the truth at court. And if I speak the truth at court, that's not always a good thing for all sides. Mob Group Entertainment, how things going? Mob Group. Okay. Man, we got a lot of people here. Angel, what is the lawsuit for? Is it because the pictures that made of you right? Because that sounds crazy. That's their style. Ain't playing checkers. Been caught out in every snake move, and he tried been wiping eggs off their face for weeks. Okay. Mickey Griggs, people are saying drop the link and let her respond. So if he doesn't drop it here, they'll say that he. Okay, well, listen. I'm dropping the link. Here we go. Here's the link, people. The link's dropped. Okay? The link's right there. Anybody's welcome in unless I don't like you. Angel, you're more than welcome to come in, and I told you I wouldn't say nothing. You just come in and tell us what you feel and why you filed it. I won't say a damn word. Tonight, that will be one of his stories. He'll go like this, the guy with the wife. He'll go, he was begging Angel to come in his room, but Angel doesn't like him, so Angel wouldn't. He wants Angel to like him so bad. Fucking idiot. Okay, Antonio wants to know, Angel, why are you doing this? Antonio, because she feels like she's been unjustly attacked, so she's filing a lawsuit. You know, you could say what you want, but she did file a lawsuit, so maybe she feels like she's right. Oh, common sense. Here's what common sense is saying. Angel, Gotti, don't go on and promote Lee's show. He's nobody. But common sense, check this out. Start your own channel and see if you'll ever get more than 5 people in it. Please. See, common sense. Show your face. You won't show your face because of what you look like. I see by act. You showed me your face one time. You know, can't even pronounce. You were like that ugly baby on that Kramer scene. You guys remember when Kramer jumped back and seen the ugly baby? That's common sense. Angel isn't and never was in the mob. You can't shame her for suing Gene. Who's trying to shame her? Anybody here that's trying to shame, please don't do that. You're right. Angel has the right to sue him. And Gene has the right to defend himself. That's the wonderful thing about lawsuits. And if judges don't think that they have any value to them, they will throw them out. That's the great thing about law. So no one knows what's going to happen. It depends who the judge is, and it depends what happens. All the fight have been going on for years and years, not new. No, none of it's new. Oh my gosh, no. Simps other than other guys, including his wrenches in this chat right now, have repeated slander about me. We can't sue for just anything. It's lame to try it. You know, hey, listen, any of the simps from the guy that puts his wife on show is welcome here, as long as they're being respectful. We'll even let OG, better known as Common Sense, here because we need something to laugh at. We need to see him writing in caps. And he still doesn't get it. He continues to write in caps. That's why I tell you, people, when someone says they're educated and they continuously write in caps and they make fun of people, that's what's really funny. Okay, I don't think it's worship, but there's always a barrier of sorts when we all interact with any personality that's well known. Yes, you know, God, that's a great statement, David. It is, because I'll be the first person to tell you, when I first came on here, I met Angel and we took up a conversation. For the first month, we got along great. And then it changed. But you are right. She's still Angel Gotti. And that doesn't change. You know, until the Gotti clan, the name fades out, the Gottis will always be in existence because of John Gotti. Because of John Gotti. Carlos Munoz, what you doing? You never come on my show, Carlos. Did you come over here to talk or start trouble? But you know what? See that though? Carlos, let me ask you a question. If I showed up over there, you would block me. But Carlos, you could show up over here and we don't block you. What does that tell you, Carlos? Okay, let's go to common sense. Common sense. Nadu buys his subs. Guys don't believe Lee. This guy is so worried about you guys believing me. Okay, common sense. Do you have evidence? Once again, do you have evidence that Jeff Nadu is buying subs? Do you have evidence that he's buying views? You guys were saying the same thing about me. You have no evidence. So you guys like to talk when you don't have evidence. So present us the evidence, something. Like show us the stats, the figures that are off. Tom LaVecchia came on and said that he went over the figures, and it's accurate. And I'm going to believe Tom LaVecchia over you, OG, or common sense. I will believe Tom LaVecchia over you any day of the week because you're 1/10 the man that Tom LaVecchia is. That I can guarantee it. Okay, I see I have worries in here. Maybe next time, Mob Entertainment, best wishes. Okay. Oh, Carlos, Mickey Griggs. Hey, we're here. But you guys are being respectful, man. The only person that's not being respectful, he can't help it. Common sense, better known right now as OG. Common sense, you can use your name, you know. The only time you get blocked here is if you get too disrespectful. Angel Gotti, leecole, did you know about this New York Post story before I did? I think I seen the story before you did, Angel. Yes. A matter of fact, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I seen the story before you did. Matter of fact, it happened this morning, and someone called me and told me, and if I remember correctly, Angel, I don't think that you knew about the story yet. And a person that I was talking to that knows Angel pretty much told me that he hadn't heard from Angel yet, and Angel didn't know the story. Yeah. So you're right, Angel. Yes, without a doubt. I'm pretty sure that I knew about the story before you did. FBS EBT card got shut down. Well, according to him, I have an EBT card too. So I really want an EBT card. Please tell me I can get one. Okay, Grant, David, people are cukes and it's like worship. She's done some shady things and right away the last name. Okay, I'm not going to get in here to insulting. You know what, people? Let's not insult Angel in here. She's part of the lawsuit. She was nice enough to come in here and talk about it. Whether you disagree or whatever, just let her say what she wants to say. Oh, look, it's Glass Pipe Carlos. Carlos. Glass Pipe Carlos. Oh, my gosh. Why do you people say that about Nadu? I sub because he actually talks about the mob. You know something? And here's why I believe Nadu. If you look at his channel, all the new people that joined up underneath, you see a lot of people saying, I'm new to your channel. Hundreds. I'm new to your channel. I'm new to your channel. So, and if you look at mine shows, that's what you'll see. I'm new to your channel. I just subbed. But people, you know what it is? They don't want to say that because what they want to do is they don't want to admit that they've been left in the dust by Nadu. They don't want to admit it. You know, it pisses them off. You know, you had one guy, the other guy with the wife, you had him there. He's been at 4,400 and he's been talking about how he's number one. And then all of a sudden, the dude flies right past him. MRE's almost there. And I will be there. I will pass him. You remember I said that. And it won't be a long time, especially with what I got coming up. And when you have a show that just attacks people, you do not grow. You gotta put up product. You know, attack people once a week and do a show the other 6 days. Just try it. You'd be surprised. It worked for me. Okay, Angel. You got to give Angel credit. She's hanging around. She's not taking off. I haven't seen any evidence yet that Jeff Nadeau has done anything underhanded. He is just uploading more and more frequently. Good luck to him. David, great point. David, it's called jealousy. MTR brought him up the other day continuously on his show. Continuously. That's called jealousy. MTR threatened me on FBS last night. He has a Napoleon syndrome and has been on YouTube for 10 years and barely 15K. Kyle Chaser, he is the best Jeb Bush of MobTube. He's about to fall off the stage. Is that what you're trying to say? Latin Kings. What are they talking about, Lee? That piece of shit. No. Has nothing to do with highlight. The Latin Kings are not fans of highlights. For some that I can get, that I know. But some people do not. When you start attacking women, though, and certain women have people they know in their life, and you attack women and you use horrible words, and then you get mad when people say something that's not horrible about your wife, but yet you can use the C word, the S word, the WH word to describe the person, describe new beginnings on a regular basis, and you do it every show. Sooner or later, someone's going to take very unkindly to that. You don't attack women like that. If you don't like her, say you don't like her, but why are you going to attack her and call her something that she's not, like a slut or something like that? What gives you the right to do that? That's what it comes down to. You have no right. If she has a beef with your wife, let your wife handle it. Be a man. Step away and let your wife handle it. Your wife was attacking me last night. That's okay, but are you afraid that your wife take her on? You know what it is, dude? You're a control freak. That's how you wound up with your wife. That's what they do. You go into these rehabs, they look for people that are weak, and they hook up. That's the reality, dude. Because nobody does that. That's not part of your program, to hook up with somebody that works where you are. That is something that they frown on. They tell you, stay out of those kind of relationships for a couple of years at least. So, you're going to judge people? Who the hell are you to judge people? You're like the biggest clown in the world. Everything you've done is a mistake in your life. And then you're going to talk about these women, these other women, the way you talk about them? With all the shit that Josie and I went through, did you ever hear me call her the horrible things you call her? And Josie did a lot of crap with me. Back and forth we did. But I would never think about calling Josie the things that you call her. Horrible things. That's because you're a mean dude. It's not even a mean dude. You're like this punk. And you get angry and mad because you can't do nothing physically. You pretend you do. You can. Oh, John Wolf is here. Johnny Wolf. John Wolf says everybody will hate Angel Gotti now because she is suing. I don't think so. Either you like Angel Gotti or you don't. I have one way or another. I don't care whether she's suing. That's between her and Gene Borrello. That's what it comes down to. And none of us really have any right to tell someone who they can't sue and who they can sue. Carlos Munoz. Anthony Cheddar Barbarian, that wasn't the case the other day, so save it. Salute. Hey, Carlos Munoz is in here, but he's being respectful. Most people under 30 don't even know who that kid is. Captain, stop exaggerating. I don't rock. Okay. Oh, by the way, I like to tell the guy with the wife, been well over 200 for like 2 hours now in the morning. I hope you talk about that tonight. Okay. Really, Grant Carl, you haven't seen people act differently around her. I'll be watching, but honestly, not seen here act anything other than an open lady. Listen, as much as I have issues with Angel Gotti, or she has issues with me, never will you see me attack her. And I like to say one thing while Angel Gotti's here. Okay? My biggest regret ever was talking about Frank Gotti, her brother. If I could change everything on here, that would be the one thing I would change. I can honestly say that. And I apologize for that deeply. And that's all I could say. I can't do better than that. That doesn't mean I expect you to talk to me. I don't want you to, and I don't want to talk to you. But I've said this 1,000 times, and you're here right now, so I could say what I want. You know, we do things out of stupidity and anger sometimes that we should not do. And that was one of those things I should not have done. I should have explained myself a whole lot better. Okay. And that's why that's the only video I've ever taken down, ever, is that video. JCMTR, a fake accent 3 years ago, demands a fugazi. Where's the money going to come from the lawsuit? I think Gene has money, and I'm pretty sure Angel has money. She's a civilian just because her dad, she wouldn't sue somebody. That's stupid. She's not, she's got no recourse with a protected rat. Be careful. I don't know what you're talking about, Mickey. Be careful. What are you talking about? Make it I don't even know what I said here. So, Mickey, just write what you're talking about. Be careful what you wish for. There's a lot of things that I don't wish for, and they happen to me, Mickey. I'm at the age where I just don't give a shit. They don't attack me and attack MRE, JTP, and a movement. Grant Calder gets attacked so much on here by these I don't know what to call them, but Grant Calder gets attacked every day. So you can't take that away from Grant. And Grant could easily change his name and come back as somebody else. Just play oh my gosh, don't play those, please. Don't play those. Just play Jeff Loman hockey videos on YouTube. We'll tell you everything about Canarsie. I'm not going to say anything, but you can look them up on YouTube. That's a good point you have about the Gotti family suing a rat. I wonder if the feds would get involved or what. I don't know if the feds would get involved. What do you guys think? Would the feds get involved? That's a tough one. I'd be more worried about the judge, because judges, whether you like it or not, can be swayed. A judge might see this and say, oh, well, anytime something negative gets on the front page of a newspaper, it's not a good thing. It's not. And we can kid ourselves and say otherwise, but it's not. Even if it's a civil case. Between actually, you're talking about the mob and having followed him from Barstool, I don't find it hard to believe he is building a channel quick. I agree with you. I don't find it hard to believe either. And this Chicago muscle creep appears all of a sudden after we had our issues and started it again. Chicago muscle, I can't even describe him. He's like Chicago Muscle probably doesn't even have one muscle. He probably like this bony little dude that wants to pretend he has muscles. It's like saying this guy, Anthony Luciano Ramondi. He probably just wants to be Anthony Ramondi. Do you think this is really the real Ramondi? Grant, it makes me think more is going on because really what did JTP ever do to FBS to get attacked by him? You got, unfortunately, people here, you got sides. And people take their sides. Yeah. Mickey Griggs. Vince McMahon pays leecole. I wish. No, Vince McMahon doesn't pay leecole. Vince McMahon hates leecole. But you know what? Let's face it. Vince McMahon has dementia. He probably doesn't even know who leecole is anymore. You know, the whole company's changing. They're getting ready to sell the WWE because of Vince McMahon is not the man he used to be. You got to remember, he's in his upper 70s now. Age takes you down. It doesn't matter who you are or how tough you are. Good Angel, Bad Angel, your new cover on your show says it all about you and what you're about. leecole is the Walter Cronkite. Walter Cronkite was actually a great newsman that didn't have political views like these people have now. Angel Gotti, leecole, tell the truth. I'm going to go on tonight 9 on my channel. Not the big news. Okay, I like to hear the big news, Angel. And I hope that you think that I treated you fairly on this show. I think I did. Do you guys think I've been fair to Angel on this show? Be honest with me. Do you guys think I've been fair? I haven't attacked her. I presented the lawsuit. And that's that. Why sue? Gene got no money. He has no money, but he drives a Jag. Grant Calder, nope. Post proof like I have on you, liar. Mrs. Muscle. Mrs. Muscle. Carlos Munoz, does it actually make you feel good to constantly go at a woman? Who's going at the woman, Carlos? I don't see anybody in here being disrespectful to Angel. I mean, I'm looking through these. Who's being disrespectful to her right now? Angel, you see, I always give you respect when we disagree. This muscle guy, you have nothing around, is a lowlife saying Grant's kids are starving because he doesn't pay child support. You know that's classic. Yeah, and that's some bullshit. He doesn't pay child support. Once again, what evidence do you have? You know, what's that? What's the evidence? People like to say things on these channels without evidence. And for another thing, we don't have any right here talking about what's going on in people's life personally. Why are we doing that? If you want to come after me, come after me. Call me a cocksucker, excuse my language. Call me whatever you want. But why would you bring up my family or something that may have happened in my life with my family? I don't do that with FBS. I don't do that with the guy in the car. You don't have to do that with the guy in the car. He speaks volumes about himself. Last night he did a show, and the title said that I ripped somebody. I'm stealing money in Texas because I want to go to California. Or then Tony got upset because one of the people that used to donate to him donated money to me. So he thinks I should give that person back the money he donated to me. This is how the people think. Can you imagine if we had to start giving back the money that's donated to us? Nobody gives us money because they don't want to give us money. But you don't see me on here today asking for money. Have I said anything about money one time? I'm not here for money. Anything I get is a bonus. That's it. It's that simple. Mickey Griggs. I'm going back to FBS channel. He has really, dude. Mickey, are you serious? Please tell me the content he has. Please tell me the content he has, Mickey. Making fun of people and going after people's content? Mickey, if that's what you like, that's what you like. G made a lot of money with PPP loan, grant loan. All the rats got a great look at that for reward. I'm not sure about that. I don't know how these guys get their money. The problem is you guys all operate in an echo chamber. You block any counterpoints. They do. That's the problem, Carlos. You block anybody that has an opinion you do not like. We can't go into most of the other shows, but you can come in here. And when Angel or anybody is in the wrong, you simp. Yeah. See, that's the thing. You can't, they block you. There's two channels. The guy in the car and the guy with the wife. If they don't like what you're saying, they block you. He wanted to debate me, the guy with the wife. I never debated him. I'm not going to debate him on its platform. He's more than welcome to come on my platform or debate me on Tom LaVecchia. And I already said that. And I offered one time to come on his platform at a certain time. And of course, he changed the time. But after he did that, you know what he did? He blocked me again. So I'm blocked from the guy with the wife's channel. Again. So, you know, that's what they do. They block you. Have a great day, Lee. Give it up. Hey, Sean, thank you. I appreciate it, man. I've been on so long, guys, but I'm going to start winding this down a little bit. But let's see. Grant Calder, what I have lied about, will happily discuss with you and yours. No censorship or hiding behind wrenches. Yep. The wrenches here aren't going to block you, people, unless you really got it coming. Okay. Hepatitis. Oh, God. Come on, guys. Fucking people, man. How can you go hardcore anti-rat yet trying to sue everyone and pull people up IP addresses? Yeah, pull up IP addresses. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever heard. Pull up IP. I got your IP address. I know who you are. It's like, kiss my ass. That's what I think about you and your fucking IP address. You know, how much of a pussy do you have to be to say, I got your IP address? Can you get like lower pussy level than that? Really? IP? Mrs. Muscles, why don't you use your regular name? They all like me until I attacked their favorite rat. I like you no matter what, Grant, no matter who you attack. Mackie Graggs is a scammer playing with Hot Wheels. Now he is disabled, but he wasn't when he first started collecting. Okay. But see, people, that's a personal life attack. You know, this is what I'm talking about. You know, when we go into people's personal lives. First of all, if Mickey Griggs is on disability, do you have any idea why? Did he get injured at work? Did something happen to him? We don't know. Lee, if you sit on the fence too long, my ass is too big to sit on any fucking fence, dude. I can't picture that. A fence would hurt my ass a lot. MTR, do not fall for his ploy for attention. Mickey, who's applying? What do you mean for attention? I didn't attack him. I sent him an email. I sent him a personal email that was between me and him, and he read it on his channel. So who? And see, Mickey, this is what makes you stupid. This is when I got to question your intelligence. So it's okay for him to read an email on his show that he got, personal email, and I still have not hit him back for what he did. I haven't done a show on him. I haven't hit him back. I'm not going to do it on my show. I'll do it on my website, and I'll let you know when I got the blog up about who Jeff Lohman really is. Angel literally ran back to FBS over a minor disagreement with the grant to spite. Knowing full well she gave FBS the ultimatum like a month before that. Well, I don't know anything about that, and that's between them. Whatever floats her boat. Lee has shown a defibrillate under his arm. A doctor won't perform surgery install within the body if his heart was okay. Okay. Yeah, bullshit. Okay, I'm sorry. He has that shit underneath his arm, but he smokes like a fucking fiend. Let's feel sorry for the guy with the defibrillator that smokes like a fiend. Let's feel sorry for him, okay? Please, let's feel sorry. I would do respectful, no swearing or name calling. Tell me how I am lying. I will tell you how I ain't lying. But you know what, guys? We had some great stuff in here today. Let me be honest. I don't take sides with this so-called mob tube. The only really I can't stand is Tony Trashkin. Oh, that's exactly right. But I'm in FBS chat room all the time. I like his show and watch Lee's. You know, I can understand that. There's people that like to go on the shows, but why would anybody go on the Guys in the Car show? It's an absolute, his show is absolute garbage. All it does is attack people. Nothing else. He has nothing to talk about in his show. Nothing. Except to be totally mean-spirited. This is a man that would talk about dead people. This is a man that will make fun of people being molested. This is a man, he's an awful human being. Awful. There's nothing good about him whatsoever. Nothing. Despicable human being. If I look like Jeff Lohman, I'd be scared to show it. She will do it again. Watch. Someone will say something like Gotti wasn't the savior of humanity, and she will throw another hissy fit. Well, Carlos, I wonder why your friends are doing life have to actually say about most of these clowns you surround yourself with on here. Oh, yeah. It's just YouTube. Yeah, Carlos, you did kind of, what you said. First, let me. Okay, Butchie says, thank you, Butchie, for the $5. Funny. If FBS start is only 20%, he would be eligible for disability. You'd be a fool to believe he's not taking that free money. Bingo. Absolutely right. Absolutely right, Butchie. But you know what, Butchie? People don't think like you. I mean, they're just not capable of thinking it. Yeah, that's Carlos. That's a great point. You know, when you first came on these shows, you were on my channel in the very beginning, if you remember. And I remember a lot of things you used to say, especially about rats. You used to say, but now you associate with them, Carlos, or people who are friends with them. So doesn't that kind of make you a hypocrite, Carlos? I always wondered that. Narcy is a different kind of rat, but a rat just the same, threatening Lee with lawyers. Yeah, that's what he does. He'll attempt to take down your shows. If you put something up about him, he'll threaten to take you down. Yeah, he's the worst kind. He's the worst kind. And then, you guys seen that show that he did with me the other day, and he lied. He blocked me so I couldn't defend myself. I was writing stuff and nobody was seeing it because he blocked me. That's what they do. They don't want to give you an opportunity to defend yourself, so they block you. And all he does is he speaks loud and he thinks he's intelligent, but he's not. Because if he is intelligent, he wouldn't have done what he did to me. What does he think, that I'm going to forget about it? I will deal with him when the time's right. But it's not forgetting about. And Jeff, if you think it's forgotten about, you got another thing coming. I'm not going to touch you here. I'm not going to go after you on my channels. But watch my website, please. Keep a good eye on my website. We got some nice blogs coming out, some nice videos coming out that have nothing to do with YouTube. Nothing. Oh, then this guy writes, leecole sounds like he's actually scared of MTR. You just heard what I had to say, you Ruffy Rumble. Did that sound like I was scared? I'm sure you have a rockin' bod, Lee. Well, listen, if you're sure I have a rockin' bod, I'm not sure. Lenny, you're having a troll shit for him, saying, in fact, that he didn't actually rap. Boy, this is the longest show I've ever done. Do you guys know that? No, actually, I did a New Year's Eve, but I've been well over 200, so you guys are here, and as long as when you guys start fading out is when I'll end the show, but I'm just going to keep on reading right now. Bruno, I'm not like a lot of these clowns here. Your threats don't bother me at all. I'll actually give anyone the block I live on, and we can handle it. Bruno, what's the block? Let me know. I'll put it up right here. Lee makes them stop picking on my son. He has enough problem. Lee, get a lawyer on to talk to you about it's almost impossible to sue someone on YouTube or for there's a clause that basically says that you need a lot to get a suit going. This isn't about a lawsuit. This is more, and this is my opinion, this is an attempt to send Gene back to prison. It's more about Gene going back to prison than anybody getting money. That's the attempt being made here. So, is it going to work? I can't tell you, because nobody knows what a judge is thinking. In the end, the judge has the biggest say. The prosecutors don't. The defense don't. It's the judge. The judge is going to decide whether Gene goes back to prison for a certain amount of time. Grant, why do you even argue with this guy? You didn't lie about anything. Stop. It's not even worth arguing. Your games aren't even funny, Lee. But Mickey, you're still here. Either you're bored and you got nothing to do today, or you just want to be here to listen to my beautiful voice. Which one is it, Mickey? Because I know what you're going to do tonight, Mickey. You're going to run back to your little leader there, and you're going to tell him, oh, I was in Lee's chat room, and I was ripping him apart. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to be listening. The only content you're going to be listening to tonight is that fool tearing me apart. That's going to be the only content he has tonight. He will not be talking about mafia stuff. He will not be talking about nothing. Oh, he'll probably talk about this lawsuit. Angel will probably go on and talk to him. But if you're suing somebody, the smart thing to do is not to go on. A lawyer, this is how you'll know whether the lawsuit's serious. If Angel talks about the lawsuit, that means it's not a serious lawsuit. Because when you file a lawsuit, you should never discuss it until it gets into the courtroom. So watch what Angel does over the next day or two. If Angel talks about the lawsuit, that means they're not taking it serious. It means basically the lawsuit is made to try to send Gene back to prison. That's what the lawsuit is. If Angel doesn't talk about the lawsuit, that means they're taking it serious. So the next couple of days will prove a lot. Lee's daughter is making satire videos about MobTube. My daughter's not even on here. My daughter wouldn't even come near this. You kidding me? I said to one of my sons that if I drop dead, I'll give you the password and stuff to get into my channel so you can make some money off of it. You know what he said to me? He said, Dad, I don't want nothing to do with those fucking nut jobs. So I can't even give my channel to my son. Either one of them. As for my daughter, she definitely, she has a bachelor's. She's a teacher. She would never have nothing to do with this. Never. Woman's a snake. And if I only pointed it out, people who had their heads in the sand. Lefty, guns, pool hall. Hey, Lefty, how you doing? You're more than welcome to jump on here, Lefty, anytime. Your word on the street is Johnny Mac went full on clown. Okay. MTR looks like a dropped pie. Is that it? Carlos Munoz has repeated that false Chomo claim in numerous lives. Yes, Carlos, you called me a child molester quite a few times, but yet I still let you on here, despite the fact that you called me a child molester. That makes you a liar, Carlos. You know, in prison, if you called someone a child molester that wasn't a child molester, what would happen to you? Think about that. So this is why, Carlos, you're a phony. You don't preach. I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. What you preach, you don't practice. You called a man a child molester that's not a child molester. Over and over again. Why did you do that? Maybe you should apologize to me. There's no evidence I'm a child molester, and you'll never find it anywhere because it's a lie. And you know it's a lie. I know you know it's a lie. But that's what defines you, Carlos. That's what makes you fake. Yes, he is. And if people give him money, that's up to them. Nobody should ever say nothing to them. God bless them for giving him money. If that's what they want to do, they must have money and they must have no trouble giving it away. You have been saying for months, Cane Shade is going to surpass you. Who said that? Cane Shade stopped growing. We all know why Cane Shade stopped growing. He took his he took his show in a direction that is kind of boring. That's why his show stopped growing. When you take away good content, people don't want to watch you. They want to be able to come on your show and say, look, that's good content today. They don't want to come on your show and have you telling everybody all you talk about is rats. That's it. That's all you talk about. How is defamation of character Civilus going to send Gene back to prison, federal prison? Because it would violate his probation. He's on certain things he's not supposed to be doing. And once again, I explained this. What it does, it can put something in the judge's head. Legally, it shouldn't be able to send him back to prison. But what the judge thinks, and say he's reading something in the paper, if you don't think that judges read newspapers, you're kidding yourself. You don't think that judge may have woke up and read the front page of the New York Post today? The New York Post is a major New York newspaper. You got the Times, and then you got the Post, and you got the Daily News. Cane Shades is if Cane Shades is my son, I'd have to put him over my knee and spank him. Oh, just a thought. I hope you grow past them, Lee. Besides our political disagreements, I wish you the best. Hey, listen, I have no problem with political disagreements. I respect anybody's politics. I might disagree with them, but one thing I will never do is stop talking about my politics. I won't make a show on it because people aren't here to, I might mention it once in a while, but people aren't here to listen to me talk about my politics. Lee, you're doing just fine. It bothers Mr. Potato Head. Okay. I don't know who Mr. Potato is. Who's Mr. Potato Head? Grant Calder, would you agree, Tom? Tom LaVecchia? Why is he a rat? Because he interviews people that have given evidence? He has the right to do that. That's his show. Nobody could tell Tom LaVecchia that he can't interview these people. They have no right to tell him who he can interview. It's his show. They don't have to watch it if they don't like it. I'm going to push that show until tomorrow, James. Just so you know, I'll be doing the Mickey Featherstone live tomorrow before the Super Bowl. Super Bowl. Who do you guys like tomorrow? I like the Rams. I think the Rams are going to win. I think Stafford's going to get his first Super Bowl ring. They're playing at home. I just think they're going to win. They got a very good defense. Cincinnati does not. I wouldn't even be surprised if the Rams win easy. It's a nice Cinderella story with Cincinnati, but Cincinnati's going to be in lots of big games. They got a great quarterback. They got lots of young players. They got Chase at wide receiver. He's a great player. Cincinnati's going to be great for many years to come. LA has to win now or never. You know, LA's meant to win now. Their players are older. They're like about 6 years older on average than Cincinnati. Carlos, Anthony, Rundy, they would not have a problem because no one is engaged in criminal activity. You would know this if you were on the streets. But Carlos, if you were on the streets, you would know not to call people child molesters if they're not. Can you imagine walking around your neighborhood, Carlos, and calling people child molesters? You wouldn't last too long, would you? A streaming channel will have Lee as a guest. Okay. Well, we got some big surprises coming up. It's not good. People aren't going to be too happy with it. Let's put it that way. Lee, how old are you? I have not heard you mention it. I mention it all the time, Alan, how old I am. I'm 29 years old. God. Okay. Who did he rat on? Okay, we don't want to read that. Let's see. The best thing Gotti can do is disappear from New York and save the kids from being born into it. Having the Gotti name is not an easy thing because even when you're not bad, they expect you to be bad because of John Gotti. And then if you get convicted of a crime that could be minor, they'll give you more time than you're supposed to get because your last name is Gotti. That's the reality of it. But I would say one thing, if you're a Gotti, don't commit a crime because the feds will come after any Gotti and give them 3 times as much time as they should be getting just because of John Gotti. It's like they're still trying to get their revenge on John Gotti. Standing up for another man who doesn't even know you. Okay. Hootie is a neighborhood drug addict. Gene is a desperate wannabe gangster, and you are a total moron. Okay, here's the reality of it. Hootie is on drugs or was on drugs. I don't know about now. Gene is not a wannabe gangster. Gene actually was a gangster. If you don't want to believe that the truth hurts, I don't know what to tell you. He's not a hard guy to find. The truth hurts. If you live in New York, you could find him easy enough and tell him he's not a gangster. Just go up to him and tell him. But you see, this is the thing. If you want to disparage Hootie, that's one thing. But if you want to say that Gene wasn't around gangsters and acted like a gangster in the street, you're lying. You are lying. And the truth hurts. I'll ask you this question. How come he was able to put the 2 biggest guys away in Howard Beach if he wasn't a gangster? Hey, clowns. Hey, last night, 2 nights ago, somebody was doing a show. He has hepatitis. And he was getting mad at people. Oh, you're a clown. Don't put the clowns up. You're a clown. Carlos, bro, you already admitted on Gunsmoke Show that they say he is a dry snitching god. Only knows what else they would think, but you are lying. For him, you're a little truthful, but you can't be honest. Yeah, there's a lot. Carlos does have some question marks. There's no doubt about that. Grant Calder, Tom Lavecchia ratted on Tony Pizza, called multiple. How did he rat on Tony Pizza? Tony threatened his family. Made fun, said that his child should die. Really, Lenny? When do you cut off this crap of being a rat? So Lenny, so if someone's talking about your child dying, you're just gonna laugh about it and say you're not a rat? Lenny, come on. I think you're full of shit. Short memories. I don't condone ratting, never flip-flopped over anger. My laurels mean more to me than a silly YouTube beef. Lefty, Guns, Pujol, Crackman, and Robin back in action. Laugh out loud. Boy, I'll tell you what, Lefty Guns is behaving. He's not coming in here being a dick or nothing. Maybe people should take an example from that. Stop flooding the chat with emojis. Well, Anthony, you got that wrench. You know what you got to do, brother. Pizza's homeless stories are bogus from day one. The homeless Park Avenue is lies. He has cars insurance, phones, moms, etc. Oh, yes. It's the biggest scam going. You got to give the guy credit for one thing. He has a huge scam. People pay him. They give him tons of money. It's all a scam. Huge scam. You see that big house he goes to? Notice how Cheesy Love Muscles ain't saying shit to me now that he's a clown. Cheesy Love Muscle. Sup, Jane? Okay. And if it's your pretty potato head, he was walking around saying he was going to take a shower before he goes to jail. The reason Pound and Pink and Carl support Biden and the Democrats is because they open up the borders. I'm not going to even finish that, Pig Louie. Actually, I think Carlos is Puerto Rican. If Carlos is Puerto Rican, his people can come here for nothing. Puerto Ricans are considered Americans. So they're allowed to come here without the borders being open. But that is funny. Carlos, are you Puerto Rican? I'm just wondering. Unblock everyone, Carlos. I'll make you a deal, Carlos. If you unblock everyone over there, I'll unblock everyone here. How's that? You probably have 10,000 people over there to unblock. Me, I got about 230 maybe. Again, Angel, I don't even want to debate you. You know you're, well, okay. Magmood, you're only saying that because Lee shares the same hatred for FBS as you do. You can't give me 5 reasons why you enjoy Lee shows without mentioning FBS. Heather, how you doing? Okay, so I'm going to tell you something about Magmood. Magmood used to hate my show, and he didn't like me. And then one day when he seen that I was changing my show and doing more mob content, he said that he was happy I was doing that, and he re-subbed to me. So, Heather, you don't know what you're talking about. But I want to ask you this, Heather. What content does he give you that you like so much? Trashing people? Are you the type of person that loves when people make lies up about people or trash people's home personal lives, call them child molesters? Is that what you like, Heather? Because that's what you get there. According to him, I'm a child molester. He never took it back. So, Heather, you got to question yourself. You shouldn't be questioning Magmood. Vinny Green, I couldn't have said it better. See, guys like Vinny Green know that dude's totally fake. leecole, upset with everyone, including himself. Everybody, that's John Wolf. We missed him. John, when you left, I did a video on you. I got almost 2,000 views. I talked about you being, I want to know the reason that they took you down, John. What was the actual reason? Without writing too much stuff that can get me in trouble, we'd like to know the reason that why John Wolf was kicked off on his original show. Vinny Green, what's up, bro? Much about the lawsuit, and I agree 100%. Lefty, I appreciate you. You have been. You're respectful towards everyone. Most part, your show will do well. Yes. Matter of fact, Lefty Guns does have a show, people. He's coming here. He's been respectful. Go to his show, sub to it. Please. He's been in here. He might say some stuff about me once in a while when he's in the guy with the wife's show. But in general, he's been respectful here. I don't know what his show is about. But I think I'll sub to it. So, guys, if you get a chance, go to Lefty's show. Lefty, if you want to drop the link to your show, you're more than welcome to do it. But be careful, though, Lefty, because the guy with the wife's going to start yelling at you, saying, "What were you doing in that chat room? How dare you go over there?" All I know is I think Angel would be friends with any one of these guys if her father was still around, yet you all attack for pointing out facts. Well, you guys have been respectful to her. I appreciate that. She's coming here. No one's bashed her. Little things. But don't worry about Angel. She could take care of herself. Believe me. If I could show you that when she texts me, she doesn't say, "Oh, I'm sorry" and shit. She tells me to go kiss her ass and go to hell. And so Angel can take care of herself. Lee, do you remember the lady from London called you a pedophile and platformed your son to bash you? How can you become friends with somebody like that? Do you have evidence that I'm friends? I get along with her. She apologized to me. She didn't do it over and over. But I did some rotten things to her too. But, that's just the way it goes, Louis Lasagna. But if she did it again, I would never apologize. There's not a problem when you forgive somebody one time, but when you forgive them over and over, that's when it becomes a problem. And sometimes you go too far. Things aren't forgivable. And that whole thing with my son showing up, you got to remember who was behind all that. And who sent these people out to do that stuff. You know who it was. Should I say? He has a show with a wife. Okay, so there's people behind this stuff. They don't have the guts to do it, so they send other people out to do stuff. All right, sir, so ladies, okay. He treats women horrible. Last night, things he says, he was a gangster, no gangster I knew that would ever talk to. Yes. Oh, some of the stuff that people say on here about women. Unbelievable. James Doherty, I already told you. He can come on my show or he can go on Tom Lavecchia's show. I will not give that nasty chat room of his and those deformed, demented, twisted fuckers a piece of my time. If he unblocks me, I will jump in on his show when I'm ready. But I'm not unblocked. So why don't you go ask him why he doesn't unblock me? Do you have any evidence of that? What did you do to get without getting court calls? What did you do without getting caught coals? I don't know what you mean by that. Now write that in English and get it back to me. Vinny Green, Ramondi, these people are fans, boys of the names. The rest is history. Anthony Lucian Rondi, settle down. Valor thief, you already blocked my real name because you wimps can't handle the truth. No, we blocked your real name because you were being a real piece of garbage. You were being, because you weren't here simping for your buddy. That's why you got blocked. You didn't come in here respectfully. Look at Lefty Guns. He's in here. There's a few people in here right now from that show, and they're being respectful. You weren't respectful. You were a lowlife, dude. And you know we're still letting you in here as Miss Muscle. I got an idea. Be respectful, you can hang around. Not respectful, you get blocked. It's that simple. You know, you could disagree. You could tell me to go to hell and stuff, as long as you don't start calling me a child molester and shit. James Doherty, dude, you actually missed Chris Lee. Then it was priceless. I don't understand. You're talking about when he called me? He called me on his show, and then I hung up on him. I got an idea. Why doesn't he call me when he's not on his show? I will answer the phone for him when he's not on my show, and I will tell him what I think of him when he's not on the show. Why is it so tough for him to contact me without people being around? Because he doesn't have the balls. That's why. Vinny Green, I have a funny feeling you're right about that. God almighty, I can't believe how 3 hours. Christ, I can't believe the show went on that long. I did not mean for this show to go on this long. We've been over 200 for 3 hours. Vinny Green, right? This muscle jagoff said Grant is abusing a woman by pushing back on Angel. No, he has the right to push back on Angel. Just be respectful about it. You know? Muscle, I also took an African crime lord and the Pope. Yeah. I got a big surprise with you coming up with Anthony Ramundi. A big surprise, people. Okay. Why do you people act tough on here and want to call out others to meet and then settle? No, it's going to meet with person. Those types of people won't be on here posting on YouTube. You are absolutely right. It's me. You are absolutely right. John Wolf would. Now, if John Wolf tell you he's coming to your house, he'll show up. Gotti was a heroin port. Facts. No one ever brings it up. Instead, he gets praised. Tommy Gun, you're absolutely right. Can't deny it. They were big heroin importers, but I've never heard Angel say they weren't. But they were. They put a lot of drugs in this country on the streets, especially back in the 80s. A lot. But, you know, let's not just blame one group of people. All the families did it. They were all bringing drugs into this country. They were all making money off of people suffering. Every one of them. You know, starting in the 70s and 80s. But the mob was actually started importing drugs in this country in the 20s, in 1920s. All the families. That all that other shit is a myth that you hear. Oh, the only person that wasn't involved with drugs would probably be Joey Gallo. That's the only person that I've heard for sure wasn't involved with drugs. But Carlo Gambino, Vito Genovese, all those people, the Chin, they were all involved with drugs huge. And the Gottis, they all were. Mr. Muscle, you're a clown. I didn't threaten you. And what? This is YouTube. Have a brain. Yes, Mr. Muscle. Come on. You're really Carlos Munoz. Grant. Okay, Grant. We can. But how about not mentioning her? And I'm sure she will not mention you again. For a woman, she has more principles than many males. Well, Carlos, we do know she has more principles than you. She's never called me a child molester. Lee, they are going to pull your hard drive. Laugh out loud. I tell you. Okay, exactly. Okay, guys, I've been on for 3 hours. I can't believe I'm saying that. I'm going to take off. Tomorrow's the Super Bowl. I hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you, everybody, for being here. And if I missed you, I apologize. For anybody that's given me any money, I appreciate it. And so let me know what you think of the lawsuit. I'm sure you're going to hear a lot of false information on it tonight from the guy with the wife. The guy in the car, he doesn't give a shit. He just wants cash. But everybody, thank you so much for being here. 3 hours, over 200 for the whole show. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate it. And the people that showed up from FBS's channel, that like Lefty Guns, that were respectful, thank you. That's the way to do it. You're welcome here anytime and have debate and discussion as long as you're respectful. And if anything, these other channels should take a look at this and see that you weren't kicked out of here because you disagree with me. Even Mrs. Muscle, who was kicked out of here, is Mr. Muscle. So I'm guessing that Mr. Muscle dresses up as a woman, maybe. But anyway, everybody take care. Love you all. I love my country. God bless America. And God bless God. Bye.